Breezer Construction Company as we get set for football tonight from Manteno. The Cats hit the road and try to go to 2-0 on the year as they take on the 1-0 Manteno Panthers. Interesting game last week. Wilmington with an easy win over St. Joseph Ogden in one of those games where 3 or 4 turnovers right off the bat, and St. Joe got down big and could never pull themselves back out of it. And Wilmington just cruised to an easy Game 1 victory, and one that I don't think anybody expected going into that game.
Oh, I'm absolutely agreeing with you. I don't think anybody expected an easy game last week. Now we're looking at Manteno. Strange thing about this is not a conference game. This is an interleague game. They don't count as conference, but we should have a fairly close game again this week, but who knows? We just have to see how it gets started.
Well, the Cats and Panthers are both out on the field. We got about 19 minutes or so before the start of tonight's game. Boy, what a beautiful night for football here in Manteno. Clear skies, sun still out a little bit, temperature right around that 70-degree mark. Got a little bit of a breeze, but not too bad tonight. It should be absolutely beautiful for football here on a Friday night. And this is one of those weekends where I'm glad I have Illinois season tickets, because that should be beautiful weather tomorrow, too. If you're looking to get out and about and watch some football this weekend, you picked a good weekend to do it. It's beautiful.
Oh, it is. This is what you dream of when you're doing high school football. Have a nice, kind of a cool night. Beautiful, just a little breeze blowing, maybe 10, 11 mile an hour breeze here, blowing from left to right. We should have a good game in store. You know, I was wondering this week, they said they only gained, 11 yards in rushing last week, Manteno?
Yeah.
I wonder how that's going to match up with Wilmington's pass defense. That might be an interesting comparison as we go through the night.
Yeah, I'm not real sure. Manteno doesn't really run the ball that often to begin with. They really don't have a need to more often than not. So it'll be interesting to see what they do tonight, but I think they're just going to air it out like they normally do. Every now and then that quarterback might take off and run. We saw that a little bit in the fresh soft game tonight, which, by the way, Wilmington won 28-19. So the fresh soft team getting a win tonight. But you're going to see, we talk about the air raid offense. That's what you're going to see tonight. Manteno's going to put the ball all over the place.
Yeah, and I greatly impressed last week with the way that the Wilmington defense played in the defensive backfield. They stuck right with their men. They had no problem covering them. That was an encouragement.
All right, let's take our first break of the night. We'll come back. We'll get you set for football around the area tonight. We'll go through all of the matchups from the Interstate 8 and other stuff going on throughout Will County and Grundy and all the neighboring towns here. We'll get you set up for Friday night football. We'll also run down some of the results from last week as well. Take a break. Back with more of Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop. Your vehicle will get expert care with their drive-on frame rack and in their Bink spray booth. Warren's offers free estimates, pickup and delivery service, and they will get you set up with a loaner car while yours is in the shop. Warren's Collision Center is located at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood, or online anytime at warrenscollision.com. That's warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Just about 15 minutes away from the start of tonight's game between Wilmington and Manteno. thought we would go through some of those scores from last week for you and get you set for tonight's games as well. By the way, you're listening to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. A big thank you to Breezer for stepping up and sponsoring again this year. We also have a new sponsor tonight. We'll talk a little bit about them in a few minutes, but good to see a lot of people stepping up and supporting it this year, and we greatly appreciate that, because without the support of our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to bring these games to you, so we do appreciate that. Week 1 results from around the area. Coal City, a 38-13 winner over Reed Custer in Week 1. Lyle defeated Sandwich 21-14. Of course, Wilmington, the 48-12 winner over St. Joseph Ogden. Plano goes down to Johnsburg. Johnsburg wins that 32-20. Seneca gets a win 20-14 over Dwight. Of course, this Manteno team here tonight got a 19-13 win over Peatone in a very close game. Matter of fact, much closer game than a lot of people anticipated. Westmont got a win over Chicago Lakeview 30-28. Streeter, oddly enough, in the Interstate 8, a 17-6 winner over East Peoria as well. I think that's pretty much the rundown of I-8 games. A couple other games of note. Immaculate Conception, a 34-0 winner over Bishop Mack last week. And gets Bishop Mack off to 0-1. And guess what? Doesn't get any easier for the Irish tonight. They will take on Bolingbrook. Let's just compare this, shall we? Bishop Mack is a school of roughly 500 or so. Bolingbrook is about 3,800. So a slightly larger school.
Yeah, it is.
So you're going from a 3A to 8A to take on Bolingbrook tonight. Bolingbrook, not the team that they have been in the past, but still, whenever you take on an 8A team, you got your hands full.
That's a tough road to go there.
Of course, Bishop Mack ranked number 1 in Class 3A. Wilmington was number 3, I believe, and there's no doubt that Bishop Mack is the best team in 3A. The question is, can they survive their schedule to get to the playoffs? That's really, if they can't win more than 4 games, you won't have to worry about them anyway. The problem being, if they're 5-4, let's say Wilmington, for whatever reason, ends up at 9-0 and gets a 5-4 team, and you get Bishop McNamara.
That'd be horrible.
We're getting way, way, way ahead of ourselves, but so be it. Joliet Catholic, a 24-14 loss to Franklin. That's a team out of Wisconsin. I'm looking through these things here, see if there's anything else on this list. Of note, Aurora Central Catholic, a 22-9 winner over Aurora Christian. A lot of people didn't see that one coming either. Around the area for tonight, Sandwich will be at Richmond Burton. Both of those teams at 0-1. Plano is going to host Harvard tonight. Plano at 0-1, Harvard at 1-0. Braidwood will host Clinton. Braidwood at 0-1 and Clinton at 1-0. We already mentioned Bishop Mack and Bolingbrook. Peatone is going to be at Streeter in an I-8 crossover game. Seneca is taking on Rantoul. In fact, they'll make the trip out to Rantoul. And Coal City in maybe the game of the night in the Interstate 8, other than Wilmington and Manteno here, Coal City and Lyle.
Oh, yeah.
That could be a real good Week 2 matchup up there at Benedictine University.
Oh, it is. If it's at Benedictine, you're always in for a fight there.
So once again, we mentioned our sponsors a little bit tonight. Big thank you to Breezer Construction Company for sponsoring Wilmington Wildcats Weekly. Of course, we have Warren's Collision Center sponsoring that postgame show tonight. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria is our halftime sponsor. Also, we have Quigley Technology Services, Phelan Acres Bible Church, of course, Beth Busy Bees, a sponsor here again tonight, Teresa's Styling Salon. And we also have a brand new sponsor tonight in Pro Real Estate. Big thank you to Pro Real Estate over there on South Water Street in Wilmington. They contacted me right through Facebook on the station page after the game last week and said, hey, is there any way we can still get some advertising for the rest of this year? And by all means, you can. And if you have a business you'd like to get in on advertising for this year, we for sure can make that happen for you. So a big thank you to Pro Real Estate on South Water Street in Wilmington for sponsoring everything. That being said, we got to get some things done here. We have to roll through some of those ads, and then we will talk to Coach Reins. We'll get to that interview here in just a moment as the Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company, rolls on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in Coal City is all about relaxing with family and friends while sharing an authentic Italian festival of food. They are the home of the Chicago-style deep dish pizza, but they also have a full menu, including pastas, burgers, salads, and more. Check out all of their daily specials, too, online at ricchettis.net. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria is at 375 South Broadway in Coal City, and they are open till midnight or later every night. Stop in for an authentic Italian experience at Ricchetti's. ACN Representative Peter Treby is helping people just like you save money on their bills every month. ACN has deals in place for high-speed internet, wireless service, energy, television, home phone service, and home security. It's simple. All you have to do is click on the ACN link, fill out an analysis form, and Peter will tell you how you can start saving money today with ACN. Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Welcome back in here at Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, joined once again by the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Reitz. And Coach, last week that went just about as well as could be expected. You get a few quick turnovers, and then all of a sudden you're on the scoreboard and you never look back.
Boy, I tell you what, I didn't think it was going to go like that. And no doubt about it, we got some breaks being on the right side of the turnovers. Glad we didn't turn the ball over. Joey Mendoza with a nice interception to start off, and then I think we get 3 fumbles in 6 plays or something like that. Able to score. Then Nick Preto comes back with a big run up the middle for a score, and then we're able to get the ball in again with Weaver. And at the end of the first quarter, you're 21-0. Your kids can relax in that first game, and they get all the nerves out, and which is good because we're going to have that going into this week and with a good Manteno team. But real happy about it. Got all the kids in some time. A little disappointed in the Lightning because we could have had a little more time with our kids. But by the same token, offensive line did really well. Good to see Alex Rink in his first start do well there. And then, but all of our offensive line doing a nice job. And Brett McWilliams running the ball, Dustin Kelly running the ball. Just a good team effort.
Yeah, and one of the things for me, and I know we talked about this a little bit in the postgame last week, was playing to the whistle. We had a situation like that right before halftime that was almost another score, and then a couple of those turnovers that, some of those games people just stand there and wait for a whistle, and your kids kind of forced the issue a little bit and kept the play going.
Well, I tell you what, we had a little lesson on that last year, if you remember, in the Coal City game.
Mm-hmm.
And we, with the punt being kicked and they pick it up late, as we all remember, a little bit of emphasis on it. And not only that, but with some teams, you can tell them till you're blue in the face, you got to get to the ball. You got to get to the ball. And some teams respond and some teams don't. Obviously, off of our game Friday night, this team's responding to that hustle and getting where they're supposed to be.
One of the nice things, too, is that we usually see penalties all over the place on both sides and just some things, miscommunication and all that. It really seemed like for a week one, it was fairly smooth.
Yeah, I think part of that does, we do have quite a few kids back. And they've been through the war before, and so getting into the game, I think they were excited, but not out. Sometimes you get too excited and jumping around, and so I thought we handled our emotions well. I think they settled down and played well, and one of the better first games, particularly from a penalty standpoint, that we've had in a long time. That first game.
You get that win, and then we talked about this too, being stacked week 1, week 2, and looking ahead now to Manteno and an opponent that, closer game with Piatone this past week, but rivals, and we all know how that kind of goes from year to year. But Manteno's a team that's going to put up a lot of passing attempts.
They are. They do a good job. Zimmelman, their quarterback, is something else. He'll be one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback we faced all season. He's got a couple kids that can really catch and really run. RJ does a great job. RJ's getting to the point over there where, like 2 years ago we played him 8-0 versus 8-0. Then last year we played him 8-0 and 8-0. This year he just seems to keep getting the guys, and they're picked to win the big division again. And so from that standpoint, we're hoping we can have a solid ball game against a good team. Like I said, at Catbackers the other night, it's our second game of the year. I don't want to get, if you win it, you didn't win state. If you lose it, it's not the end of the season. We're playing a quality team, and we're going to see where we're at. Just like we said last week, We're going to play 2 games. We're going to see where we're at. And so far, obviously, if we can come out on top and to be 2-0 after those 2 games, boy, that would really make us happy.
I know around the state, maybe you could pick out a couple of those scores that were surprising to you from some of these teams around the area, but a few of those there are kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, sure were. I think, like everybody told me tonight, or the other night at Catbackers, the Piatone Manteno score was tighter than they thought. I think that has a lot to do with Piatone being a good team. I think, obviously, the one that really got 2 of them that statewide was Toronto getting beat and Aurora Central Catholic beating Aurora Christian. Boy, I didn't see that coming at all. But, boy, it just proves that's why people love high school football. You just don't know what's going to happen. And, you get a team and a coach all summer to prepare for you. They're going to be ready, And so I thought those were a little surprising. I saw Seneca won and a couple other people won. Cole City had a good game against Reed Custer. But what I'm happy about is, boy, that preseason seems so long. We're practicing for 3 weeks. For us in the season to be going, this week's gone so much faster and quicker, and that's what you want. You want your kids to be flying through it, and when you get the big games like this, these are the ones you look forward to.
It's tough too, scheduling-wise, the first 2 weeks of the year here, but I like this so much better. The fact that we're seeing different people, you're seeing how the I-8 matches up with other teams around the state. It gives you a much better sense of kind of where you're at as a league.
It really does. It reminds me back of when I first started for about the first 10 years, your first 2 games of the year were non-conference. Mm-hmm. And so then you watched how they did and then how the conference went. And so we're going to be able to see that now, too, how that all works out. I always say it takes 2 or 3 weeks. And after the 3rd week, you can kind of compare scores and kind of, okay, well, here's what this looks like. So. But hopefully we're in the mix of being on the good side of all that. But we're going to find out Friday where we're at.
Yeah. And lastly here tonight, I'm hopefully, knock on wood, not a whole lot injury-wise. I know there's one little concussion issue, but other than that, I don't remember anything.
Yeah, we had one of our kids, Keith Lemasters, got a slight concussion off a hit the other night. But beyond that, we are Andrew Gramlich. We're waiting to get back. Andrew broke his shoulder or collarbone in a vacation accident. And so we're looking to get him back here in the next couple of weeks, we hope, or 4 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm sorry. But yeah, knock on wood, if you can get, you go play a physical team like Manteno, you want to have everybody together, and so hopefully we can do that.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight. We'll talk to you again in the postgame.
All right, hey, sounds good.
That's Coach Jeff Rinks joining us here on the pregame show, Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. As we'll take another break, come back, get you set for opening kickoff tonight. We're about 4 minutes away from our kickoff here from Manteno. A beautiful night for football. Take a break, back with more here on the Christian Internet Sports Network in just a moment. Welcome back in here at Wilmington Wildcats. Or if I actually pick the right thing to play, it might actually be okay. Here we go. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com, or call 815-521-0900. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIGtech.com. Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
Just about a minute or two away from opening kick here tonight from Homestar Field in Manteno. The 1-0 Manteno Panthers welcoming in the 1-0 Wilmington Wildcats as we get set for Manteno to actually take the field. You are going to see tonight passing, and more passing from Manteno, and guess what you're going to get from Wilmington?
Running, and more running.
Right, running the football constantly is what you're going to get from the Wilmington Wildcats. The game plan here tonight for the Cats, keep the ball, run the clock, just chew up yardage, keep the Manteno offense off the field, and, hopefully at the end of the night get out of here with a W, but we'll see. It couldn't be as easy as it was last week against St. Joseph Ogden. That was oddly easy.
Well, Manteno lists 4 running backs on their team. They start 4 wide receivers at a time. So they got as many wide receivers starting as they got total running backs on the team. So you know where the emphasis is. They're going to put the ball in the air.
All right, so Manteno takes the field here tonight. Cats are out there as well. We'll get set for opening kickoff. By the way, Wilmington in their road white jerseys with purple pants, purple helmets. They got the huge paw print on one side and the numbers on the other. Manteno will be in their home purple jerseys with black pants. They got the purple helmets with the gigantic M on the side. Then they have the Panthers down the leg, which I haven't seen that for a while. The writing on the pant leg.
Yeah, that is different.
A couple of interesting things this year. Wilmington changed up their helmets, which I like a lot. The number on one side and the paw print on the other. And Manteno was interesting look with their pants. So
I like that too.
Yeah,
I
do.
I like the name on it. It's really cool.
Well, the few fireworks that went off here tonight have left a haze of smoke on the field.
Oh, there is
You can smell it. It smells like we lit off firecrackers inside the press box.
By the way, what kind of horn they put on it?
It's got to be a train horn.
It must be.
It's loud enough, I'll tell you that much.
Boy, it is deafening.
All right, so Manteno out of the field. They will be returning the opening kick here tonight as Wilmington will put the ball down at the 40. As Alex Hatton, the 5'7", 140-pound senior, will get set to kick off for Wilmington. Back deep for Manteno is Travell Calvin. Calvin, a 6 foot, 150-pound senior. We'll see if Alex Hatton actually goes deep with this or if they kind of screw it up the middle or what they're going to do here. Manteno has everybody bunched together just like Wilmington does and waiting for the Cats to kind of fan out here. And here it goes. Now both teams will move out. Wilmington kicking off right to left as we sit here inside the press box at Homestar Field. As Hatton approaches, and a shorter kick this time, going to be taken by Sean Smith. Actually dropped it, then picked it up at the 20, across the 25 to the 30. There's a flag down out to the 33, actually a couple of flags down. And this will probably be backed up back inside the 25-yard line.
I think it's going to be blocking the back, maybe.
So 11:50 to go opening quarter. We'll see what this flag is. There's actually 2 of them down right at the 28-yard line. More than. So they'll move this thing back from the 28. It is a block in the back. Put it back at almost the 17-yard line. That's where Manteno will have it 1st and 10. Gavin Zimbelman, the 5'10", 170-pound senior, will go in a shotgun here tonight. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 back to the near. We're going to see a lot of passing. If they do run the ball tonight, it'll be Brandon Steele, the 5'8", 170-pound junior, to Zimbelman's left in the backfield. This receiver in motion. Handoff goes far side, spinning back out across the 25, out near the 27, goes Travell Calvin on the carry. Good little end-around play for Manteno. They'll pick up 11 yards and a first down for the Panthers. The 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line.
Well, that was the way to loosen up a defense, isn't it? Cross them up immediately.
So trips receivers to the near side. 2 to the far side. Out of the shotgun is Gavin Zimbelman. All by his lonesome. Drops back to pass. Fires it right side. That is caught out across the 35-yard line to near the 36. That pass caught by Sean Smith. And it will be a gain of 8. Bring up 2nd and 2 for Manteno. Well, so far so good for this Manteno offense.
Yeah, Gavin can whistle the ball, boy. He's right on target.
And again, now trips receivers to the far side. 1 back to the near. Zimbelman out of the shotgun with Brandon Steele to his right. 10:53 to go opening quarter. No score here. Manteno on the initial drive of the game. Snap back to Zimbelman. Fires near side. Calvin gets a block across the 45 out near the 49-yard line. Stop made on the play by Jeff Treadman. That was a decent gain there, too. A gain of 13 and a first down for Manteno. 1st and 10 from the 49.
And you're seeing the Wilmington rush is not getting to the quarterback. So.
Well, they're not. They don't have time.
No.
We've had a end-around handoff, a screen pass to Calvin, and we had 1 actual pass play so far tonight as far as downfield. Trips receivers to the far side. Handoff up the middle. That's going to go for a couple of yards to Brandon Steele. Not much there. Sam Jones in on the stop for the Cats. Bring up 2nd down and 8 for Manteno.
Who carried that ball?
So trips to the far side. 1 back to the near out of the shotgun is Gavin Zimbelman. Again to his left is Steele. Wilmington with 3 shown coming. So Zimbelman, well, take the snap, drops back, blitz up the middle, and that's dumped off incomplete. Good pressure on the play by Caleb Gugis, the 5'9", 185-pound senior. Made Zimbelman get rid of the football, and will bring up 3rd down and 8 for Manteno.
Yeah, he hit him a good jarring blow in the ribs. He's going to remember that.
So the ball at Wilmington's 48-yard line officially. It's actually probably closer to the 49 than the 48, but trips receivers to the far side. 1 to the near, out of the gun again is Gavin Zimbelman with Steele to his left. 3rd down and along 7 short 8. Pass is complete down to the 40. Breaking a tackle down to the 35-yard line goes Caleb Boudreau, the 5'5", 135-pound junior. Takes it 13 yards for a Manteno first down. 1st and 10 from the Wilmington 35.
Like you say, they're not giving Wilmington a chance to get back there. Those are really quick-hitting pass plays.
Well, and for the Cats, eventually here, they'll just move up on the receivers and make them go deep if they keep dumping it off short. But so far, so good for Manteno. 1 receiver in motion from the far side. They fake the handoff, run up the right side by Gavin Zimbelman. He's slung to the ground by James Cox, the 6', 191-pound senior. A gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 for Manteno. Good drive here for the Panthers on this first opportunity of the game.
Yeah, nice diversity of play calling.
So again, trips to the far side. 2 receivers back to the near. Zimbelman out of the shotgun again from the Wilmington 31-yard line. 2nd down and 6 for the Panthers. Wilmington showing 4, and that's what they'll bring. Zimbelman fires. That's caught, but virtually for no gain. Being a gain of maybe a yard as Caleb Boudreau ended up with the catch, and they'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for Manteno. That's the problem with showing those short passes to the near side. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, you're right. They're kind of pinched in there.
So again, trips receivers to the far side. 1 to the near on the short boundary. Out of the shotgun is Zimbelman with Steele to his left. Takes the snap, drops back the pass, looks over the middle, fires it deep down the right sideline, and it's caught for a touchdown. beautiful pass from Gavin Zimbelman, and it is a 6-0 lead for Manteno here with 8:42 to go opening quarter. Boy, that was a beautiful pass from Gavin Zimbelman. I mean, that was on the money.
It was perfectly thrown. He didn't have to break stride at all. He just looked up over his head, and the ball dropped right in his hands.
And that was easy money for Travell Calvin. I mean, he was just cruising into the end zone. Well, Wilmington's got some work to do defensively, no doubt about that. Snap is a little high. Good hold, though, and the kick shanked to the left. No good off the foot of Trent Burgess. So with 8:42 to go opening quarter, 6-0 is the lead for Manteno. We'll take a break, come back with more Cats football in just a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop. Your vehicle will get expert care with their drive-on frame rack and in their Bink spray booth. Warren's offers free estimates, pickup and delivery service, and they will get you set up with a loaner car while yours is in the shop. Warren's Collision Center is located at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood, or online anytime at warrenscollision.com. That's warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Well, it's 6-0 Manteno off a beautiful pass from Zimbelman to Calvin. And just like that, the 35-yard touchdown pass makes it 6-0 Manteno. They missed the extra point. And this kickoff return right back up the middle of the field across the 45, out across midfield to the 49 of Manteno. Nice return on the play by Dustin Kelly, the starting wingback for Wilmington. Well, that'll give the Cats a short field here. Ball will be at the Manteno 49-yard line. 8:33 to go opening quarter. And the Panthers lead at 6-0. And what a drive from Manteno on the first offensive possession of the game. They ran the ball a little bit. They threw some screen passes, threw deep down the field, and you saw everything.
They did. They didn't give the defense a chance to adjust to anything. Let's see if the Wildcats can control the ball for a while and drive all the way.
Owen Weaver, Dustin Kelly are the wingbacks. Preto is the fullback. Under center again is Jeff Treadman to start things here tonight. Handoff Kelly up the middle, turns ahead inside the 40-yard line down to the 39. Should be enough for a Wilmington first down. Gain of 10 yards, and it is a Wilmington first down. Well, Dustin Kelly working that right side. Last week, Owen Weaver didn't even play more than about half of the game, and he racked up 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, Weaver had a great day. Boy, I was just circling. You got Brett McWilliams, Nick Preto, William Van Dyne, Owen Weaver, Dustin Kelly. You can just let any of those guys carry the ball.
You know, the one guy I missed last week for Wilmington was Blake Geis in that offensive line at 6'3", 250 pounds. The junior over here, I believe, at left tackle. I think I got everyone else last week and missed him. Handoff near side. Weaver breaks a tackle inside the 30. There's a flag down. Weaver still going all the way inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. There is a flag down, though, and this is a sideline warning, which is a pet peeve of mine. I absolutely cannot stand that call unless somebody's getting in the way of something actually happening. It drives me nuts when that's called, but sideline warning against Manteno. That run will stand.
Where are they at?
So the ball all the way down to the Manteno 16-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Wilmington from there. So a gain of 23 yards on that run from Owen Weaver. So again, double wing for the Cats. Here on their first drive of the game, Treadman under center. Takes the snap, handoff to the fullback Preto. Bounced off the initial hit and churned inside the 15 down to about the 14-yard line.
He ran to a brick wall. First bounced backwards, turned and went to the left a little bit. Got in there. They're going to give Nick Preto 3 yards in that carry. And it'll be 2nd and 7.
So 2nd and 7 for the Cats. Ball down inside the 14, officially at the 13-yard line of Manteno. Back to the double wing for the Cats again. Kelly and Weaver at the wingbacks, Preto at fullback, and Treadman under center. So the pitch comes near side. Weaver trying to get the corner inside the 15, down to the 10. Breaks a tackle, but ends up getting shoved out of bounds on the play by Sean Smith. So you can give about 4 on that run from Weaver. It'll bring up 3rd down and a long 3 for Wilmington.
Well, Wilmington started off with their stout running game, doing very well. The defense is getting a little bit more, what do you call it, tough, stronger as you get close to the end zone.
So 3rd down and 3 for Wilmington. Back to the double wing again. Everything packed in tight. And the pitch left side. Weaver trying to sneak his way through, but there's just no room there. Got maybe a yard or 2, and that's it. It'll bring up 4th down for Wilmington. I don't know, might have gotten 2. Being right at the...
They're going to call, yeah. Scoreboard says 1 yard to go, you got 2.
On a ball sitting just inside the 9 at about the 8-yard line. Wilmington's going to need 4th down and a long yard. It's actually almost a short 2. This is where I like to see Wilmington go power I. I think we're probably too early in the year to get power I, so the Cats will go back to double wing here. 4th down and a long yard. Boy, this is a big play here. Treadman under center. Pitches it back to Weaver. He's got the 1st down. Turns ahead, down inside the 5. Shoving down toward the goal line. He's probably down at about the 2. Well, that's just a wall of blockers. And Nick Zawiska on the stop for Manteno. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Cats. The ball at about the 3-yard line of Manteno.
Oh, we say give him 6 yards?
Well, the Cats trying to push the ball into the end zone here. Again, 1st down and goal for Wilmington. Ball at just inside the 3-yard line. Back to the double wing for the Cats. And the pitch back. I believe that's Kelly off the right side. He's in for the touchdown. I think he pitched it to Kelly. That was a sneaky little pitch back to Dustin, and Dustin Kelly, I believe, is in for the touchdown, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's what happened.
I'm pretty sure.
He did pitch it. It looked like back to Kelly. So Wilmington tied up at 6 with Manteno here as Alex Hatton on to attempt the extra point for the Cats. Oh, looks like Treadman will hold again. Well, that didn't take too long. Good snap. Good hold, and the kick is good. So Wilmington will take a 7-6 lead with 5 minutes to go, opening quarter. Well, we could have a good one to brewing tonight here in Manteno. Take a break. We'll come back with more Cats football here in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955. Racchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in Coal City is all about relaxing with family and friends while sharing an authentic Italian festival of food. They are the home of the Chicago-style deep dish pizza, but they also have a full menu including pastas, burgers, salads, and more. Check out all of their daily specials too online at racchettis.net. Racchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria is at 375 South Broadway in Coal City, and they are open till midnight or later every night. Stop in for an authentic Italian experience at Racchetti's.
So Alex Hatton to kick it off from the 40-yard line. Again, kicking off right to left here tonight and into whatever breeze there happens to be. Good kick from Hatton all the way back to the 10-yard line. Taken there across the 15, 25, out near the 30, and finally going down to the ground is Sean Schmidt on the return. So Manteno will have it 1st and 10. Hey, if we revisit Manteno's first drive, we saw a couple of running plays, a couple of screen passes, a 35-yard bomb to Calvin from Zimbelman. And if you're a Wilmington, you're left going, okay, now what? Because we've seen just about everything that Manteno can throw at you, I think, in the first drive.
And it's awfully hard to set your defense not knowing what to expect.
All right, shotgun formation for Zimbelman and the Panthers. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. To Zimbelman's right is Brandon Steele in that backfield. 1st and 10 from the 29. Pass over the middle, that's caught out to the 40-yard line. Good tackle by Dustin Kelly. Sean Schmidt on the reception, a gain of 11 from Manteno, and a 1st down. I'm going to tell you something. If Zimbelman is this accurate all night, Wilmington's in trouble.
Yeah, he's not missing his pass receivers. When he's got time to throw it, he's putting it right on.
And I mean,
and their pass plays are quick developing. They're not.
So trips receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. Again, Zimbelman out of the gun with Steele to his left. 1st and 10 for Manteno from their own 40. Snap back, handoff, and cutting it back far side is Brandon Steele. He's got a ton of room, and he might go for a touchdown. Steele to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Manteno. 60-yard touchdown. 60-yard touchdown run for Brandon Steele, and I mean that happened in a hurry. 12-7 the lead for Manteno. We'll see if they go for 2.
He literally outran the Wilmington team. He was leaving them behind.
The problem for Wilmington is they're selling out to stop the pass, banking on Manteno not to run the football. And really the other problem for the Cats was that there was one player in the backfield, I couldn't catch exactly what it was, who had a chance to grab him and didn't. And then once Steele got to the edge, he just took off.
He just turned on the afterburners, was gone.
All right, 2-point conversion coming up here. 2 receivers to either side. Zimbelman drops back, fires, and that is incomplete. So the lead will stay 12-7 Manteno with 4:19 to go opening quarter. My goodness. Want to talk about quick strike. That's ridiculously quick. 4:19 to go in the first, 12-7 the lead for Manteno. We're back with more Cats football here in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
ACN representative Peter Treby is helping people just like you save money on their bills every month. ACN has deals in place for high-speed internet, wireless service, energy, television, home phone service, and home security. It's simple. All you have to do is click on the ACN link, fill out an analysis form, and Peter will tell you how you can start saving money today with ACN.
Well, 12-7 is the lead for Manteno here with 4:19 to go in our opening quarter. Back deep for Wilmington is Tyler Holcomb along with Dustin Kelly as Manteno will kick it off left to right here. So Trent Burgesson, the 6'1", 150-pound senior to kick off here for the Panthers from that 40, kicking left to right. This is going to go, nope, it's going to stay in bounds at the 5, across the 10, 15, 20, out to the 25. Kelly out near the 30, and will be marked out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
He is fun to watch run the ball, isn't he?
So the Cats will take over 1st and 10. Well, for sure, if you're Wilmington, ball control offense and get a touchdown, you definitely don't want that Manteno offense back out there at the moment. I'm going to tell you, this has to be a completely different team that played against Piatone last week.
They couldn't run the ball last week.
They couldn't score last week. So 1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 28-yard line officially. 4:13 to go in the first quarter. 12-7 is the lead for Manteno. Back to the double wing for the Cats. Weaver and Kelly are the wing backs. Handoff Weaver near side across the 25. He gets chopped down out around the 32-yard line or so. Pick up about 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for Wilmington. It's funny, isn't it? It looks like there's nothing going on there. Like you watch Weaver run the ball and he gets chopped down and you go, oh man, he got maybe a yard. And you look up and he got 4 yards.
Yeah, he's amazing. They've had to go to him a lot this week because of because of the way Manteno's scoring.
The Cats have the ball 2nd down and 6 from their own 32-yard line. Again, double wing for the Cats. Treadman under center. Handoff Kelly right side. There's nothing there. In fact, he might have lost a yard as Manteno putting all 11 guys basically in the box. I mean, there's nobody back deep for Manteno. Bring up 3rd down and 6 for Wilmington.
Yeah, that's one thing about Wilmington. You know what they're going to do. So you just load it on the line, dare them to pass it.
So under 3 minutes to go in the quarter, and Wilmington finds itself in some pretty dangerous territory. They've already given up 12 points. They face 3rd and long here, which the Cats are not comfortable with at all. And if you give the ball back to Manteno, look out.
Oh, boy. Isn't that the truth?
So again, back to the double wing, 3rd down and a long 6 for the Cats. And Treadman is going to keep it himself, and he's not going to get the 1st down. He got maybe 5. But Wilmington, more or less, is going to be forced to punt here. I can't imagine the Cats are going to go for it on 4th and 2 from their own, 37-yard line? Maybe they will. Certainly looks like they're going to. So 4th down and 2. Boy, if the Cats go for it this early, that's very interesting. Down to 2:05 to go in the 1st quarter. Wilmington lining up like they're going to go for it.
This is how much they fear that offense getting back out for Manteno.
From the 36-yard line, and there's a fumble on the play, and there's a flag down. And I don't know if they blew the play dead or not. We've got a flag down, and I believe it's false start. And if it is, that would be a huge break for Wilmington because Manteno would have recovered that fumble, and that would be a dead ball penalty. Boy, that is a huge break for the Cats. I mean, that's a gigantic break for Wilmington.
When's the last time you were thankful for a penalty?
Because that was set up to be an absolute disaster, and the Cats are going to be forced to punt here. But that's, at this particular juncture, a good thing.
Well, if that hadn't been blown dead, they'd have scored a touchdown because it was a fumbled ball.
The only thing really in Wilmington's favor there was that it was the false start, which is a dead ball penalty. Anything else, they would have declined, and Manteno would have been running into the end zone. Well, the Cats are going to get set to punt. It is not Keaton Hansen punting tonight. Actually, it is, I believe, is that Josh Jones? No, it's Sam Jones. Sam Jones punts it away inside the 30. Actually, it gets down right at the 30-yard line. Boy, that's actually a really nice kick from Sam Jones, shockingly enough. As the Panthers will take over 1st and 10 with 1:24 to go in the 1st quarter. But if you're Wilmington, this is danger zone territory right now.
I think the one way to handle Manteno's offense is to put 22 guys out there.
Well, that would help.
I'll tell you what.
Well, if you're the Cats, you're going to have to start bringing pressure and leave your guys on an island. You're just going to have to because Manteno, the 4 guys bringing pressure is not enough because they're getting rid of the ball way too fast.
Yeah, they don't give you time to get there.
So you got to tighten up those guys in coverage. You're going to have to bring some pressure. Trips receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. Zimbelman out of the gun, 1st and 10 from the Manteno 30. The Cats will bring 4 again. Pass to the far side, caught by Schmidt. Tried to make a cut back to the near side, and that's going to end up costing him. Matter of fact, he did all that running and got maybe a yard. Not a whole lot there. Again, they tried that little swing pass. The first time around, it was to Calvin, and that went for a decent gain. This time it was to Schmidt, and that ended up going for a yard to bring up 2nd and 9 for Manteno. So again, 2 receivers to the far side, 2 back to the near. And I believe they're looking far side here. So Zimbelman getting set. To his right is Steele again. 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers from their own 31. Snap back to Zimbelman, fires far side. That pass is caught, and it will be enough for another first down, I think. He might be just short. That's Caleb Boudreau on the reception. Looks like they are just short. A gain of 8 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 1 for Manteno from their own 39-yard line or so.
Well, Wilmington's going to have to come up and challenge those receivers face to face. Then it's dangerous because, boy, they can scoot too.
All right, that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Manteno leads at 12-7. We'll take a break, come back with quarter number 2 in a moment. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com or call 815-521-0900.
Well, Manteno will have the ball 3rd down and less than a yard from their own 39-yard line. Trips receivers to the far side, one back to the near. First play of the second quarter as the Panthers lead it 12-7. Zimbelman out of the gun. They'll take the snap, fires near side, incomplete right through the hands of Travell Calvin, and that would have been an easy first down. I mean, easy first down for Manteno.
And he didn't have any choice but to go ahead and throw it quick because they were on him that time.
Well, it looks like Manteno is going to take that risk, and they're going to go for it on 4th and a yard. Well, sometimes you play with fire a little bit when you do this. Wilmington almost got burned when they did it. Trips receivers to the far side, one to the near, 4th down and less than a yard. Zimbelman out of the shotgun. They might try to draw Wilmington off here. Nope. Zimbelman's going to keep it, and he dropped the football, but I believe they're going to mark him down, and they do have the first down.
Boy, he dropped the ball right on the marker.
Boy, he barely got it up for the first down. He got about a full yard, and they needed a half.
That's all he got was a yard exactly.
I thought he was going to fumble it. So 1st and 10 for Manteno from their own 40-yard line. 11:45 to go opening half, and the Panthers have been near unstoppable. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. Again, shotgun spread formation for Manteno. Zimbelman out of the gun with Steele to his left. Wilmington showing 4, and now they'll bring 5. That pass caught far side across the 45-yard line out near the 46. Treadman on the stop. It is Caleb Boudreau on the reception. They'll pick up 5, bring up 2nd and 5 for Manteno.
He's got a strong enough arm to go crossways across the school on that side like that. Across the field like that. Some guys wouldn't have the strength of arm to do that. He delivers it with great strength. By the way, first yards in the first quarter, 163 to 75 in favor of.
Wow, 163 yards.
That's what Wilmington usually gives up in the game.
There is nobody on the receiver over the middle of the field, and that should have been an easy touchdown. But the pass behind Brandon Steele, there was nobody covering Brandon Steele. He took off up the middle of the field, and there was not a Wildcat defender anywhere in sight. And Zimbelman saw him and tried to hit him in a hurry and threw it behind him. Just rushed it a little bit, or that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, there was a Wilmington guy breathing down his neck, hit him right in the back. So he had to get away with it quick. That probably saved a touchdown.
Wilmington caught a huge break. If there's nobody covering. I'm not sure there's anybody covering him again. And Wilmington's going to use a timeout. I think Coach Rink sees the same thing. There's nobody out there. So they're going to try to shore this thing up because that's a mess at the moment. 11:22 to go in the half. 12-7 Manteno. We'll take a break. Back with more Cats football in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
So 3rd down and 5 for Manteno from their own 45-yard line. For Wilmington, this is a big 3rd down defensively. They've got to get off the field. Trips receivers to the near side. 2 to the far, out of the shotgun is Zimpelman, all by his lonesome back at the 40-yard line. And taking some extra time here, snap back, a little bit of pressure up the middle. That pass is incomplete.
Once again, they're hitting him as he throws it. It's making him get just a little bit off.
So Schmidt couldn't handle that pass. Zimpelman did have time to get rid of it. He got hit after he threw it, but he still had pretty good opportunity there. It's 4th and 5 for Manteno. I would be shocked out of my mind if they go for it here. And if you do, I have no idea why you would.
Think about it, even when they have a drop ball like that, they still stop the clock.
I guess they're going to, but if there's one thing I wouldn't want to do, it's give Wilmington a short field. Although Zimpelman might be, we'll see if he takes a step or two back here. All right, we'll see. Trips receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Does Manteno roll the dice? They will. And fumble on the play. Wilmington picks it up, and that's going to come back to Mike Manteno right there. What we said, you better be real careful when you go for it on 4th down. Ball all the way down at the 35 of Manteno. There is a flag on the play. Happened after the fumble. I believe was probably a block in the back for Wilmington, or maybe a personal foul even on the Cats, because it was an emphatic flag on the near sideline. Well, let's see what this call results in. That's kind of an interesting flag. Came in after the play happened. It is a personal foul on Wilmington. So they will have the ball, but instead of at the 35, it'll be at midfield. Well, Manteno gets a bad break and then gets a good break all in the same play. Boy, Zimpelman just got rocked, and the ball came flying out, and that's what I'm talking about. If you're Manteno, you better be real careful how many times you take chances. Yeah, I would be very careful poking a sleeping bear at the moment.
Oh, my. That's what Wilmington needed. A turnover right there, ready to go.
All right, so Wilmington has it 1st and 10 from midfield, going left to right here, down 12-7. Under center, Treadman pitches it back to Weaver, trying to get left side. Now gets to the corner, inside the 45, to the 40, up the sideline, over the 35, runs over a defender at the 30, and Wilmington will have it there 1st and 10. I mean, Weaver just trucked over somebody on the sideline. And it will be 1st and 10 for Wilmington. Actually, they're going to mark him out of bounds way back up at the 37-yard line. Must have stepped out of bounds on that far sideline. But still a gain of 13 yards for Owen and a 1st down for Wilmington. 11:02 to go in the 1st half.
Boy, that was a nice job of running that corner, making around the end.
So again, back to the double wing here. And the handoff to the fullback, Preno, bangs ahead inside the 35, down near the 33-yard line. Good chunk of yards there on 1st down for Nick Preno. Boy, the first thing, man, if Preno gets the ball, you better have somebody spying on him a little bit, because he is so small and so quick up the middle that by the time you realize he has the ball, he's out in open territory.
Why? He is so quick.
Brings up 2nd down and 5. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's strong and he's quick.
Yeah, he's a pretty small guy.
So back to the double wing again. 2nd and 5 for the Cats from the 32. Pitch comes right side. And that just got stacked up. There's nothing there. I mean, maybe a yard or two. Dustin Kelly just had nowhere to go. I mean, Manteno's just clogging up every hole imaginable. And we've talked about this in the past. Until Wilmington proves that they can throw the football, this is what you're going to get the rest of the year.
Yeah.
People are just going to throw everybody in all the gaps.
When you get a strong team like this and they put 10 guys on the line, you don't have enough blockers.
Right, and that's the problem. 3rd down and 3 for Wilmington from the 30-yard line of Manteno.
Problem is, if they ever get past the line of scrimmage, it's gone.
Look at this. All 11 guys are within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. And the pitch back to Weaver. Cuts it up the middle inside the 25 down to the 20. And a gain of about 10 yards for Owen Weaver. Silva on the stop for Manteno. And it'll be 1st and 10 Wilmington from the 20-yard line of the Manteno Panthers. So they'll wind the clock here, down under 9:30 to go in the half.
This is what Wilmington wants to do. They want to take the ball, control the clock, go down and score.
1st and 10 Cats from the 20-yard line of Manteno. Again, everybody packed in here. Nobody anticipating a pass, really on either sideline. Hand off to Weaver. There's nothing doing. There's just nowhere for him to go. I mean, there's just literally everything's just stacked up. Bring up 2nd down and 10 for Wilmington. I still go back to, and we've talked about this going in the playoffs in past years, you've got to be able to throw the ball
just a little bit,
at least enough to stretch things out a little, because you play some of these, teams that have bigger lines and all that, they could just clog everything up.
Yeah, quite frankly, I think Jeff can throw it enough to get that ball out there.
Back to the double wing, 2nd and 10. Treadman's going to roll out to the right side, looks downfield, has a receiver, but he can't get the ball off. He had a receiver wide open in the end zone, but there was just nothing that Treadman could do because he couldn't get around the defender to get rid of the football. It was Stevie Silva, 5'11", 190-pound junior, tracked down Treadman, and that's a huge loss. It'll bring up 3rd down and 19. So a loss of about 9 in the play for Treadman and the Cats. And Wilmington doesn't have any plays for 3rd and 20, I'm afraid. I don't think that exists. And they had the receiver open. The problem was there was no time. I mean, Treadman was running for his life.
Once again, you've got all the guys up and close, and that was a rollout.
Well, now Treadman drops the football, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he has knee down, so it'll be another loss. That's now the 2nd time tonight that Treadman's dropped the football in key situations, and this just is not overly impressive from the Cats so far tonight.
Well, what? Yeah, we have to.
You just got to be able to hang on to the football. Well, now it's 4th down and a country mile, and Sam Jones on to punt the ball away. Snap back to Jones. He'll get that kickoff, and it will bounce inside the 10 and down right around the 5. So Wilmington does a nice job of at least killing that inside the 10-yard line. But the Wildcats offense sputtered a little bit there toward the end of that drive.
If you notice, the play that they called for the pass play was a rollout. It's just like a running play. So they played the same thing. All guys up, they didn't have to worry about it because all they had to do was run down the quarterback.
Well, Wilmington needs another defensive stand here because the Cats offense is not doing a whole lot so far tonight. I mean, they've got some yards, but there's just been a few mistakes. Treadman's dropped the ball a couple of times tonight in some key situations. They could not quite get the pass off because he was running around like crazy trying to get away from the defender on the one opportunity they did have to throw the ball down the field. And Wilmington's run game is kind of grinding to a halt because Manteno's just throwing everybody up on the line of scrimmage. Two receivers either side. Zimbelman out of his own end zone. Fires far side. That is incomplete. Boy, what a nice play. Is that Dustin Kelly? It is.
Boy, that was
Dove
beautiful.
in front. I think it's Kelly. Trying to see on the far side. No, it's 12. That is Tyler Holcomb breaking up the pass.
What a beautiful job.
Along that far sideline out about the 20. They tried to hit Calvin, and Holcomb came back and knocked the ball away.
Well, if he missed that, he was gone. Beautiful job of knocking that ball down.
Well, 2nd down and 10 for Manteno. Ball at their own 5-yard line. Two receivers to the near side, two to the far. Again, out of the shotgun is Gavin Zimbelman with Steele to his left. Snap back. Handoff goes to Steele, and that gets blown up. Boy, nothing there. Matter of fact, a loss of almost 4. And it will bring up 3rd and 14 from the 1-yard line.
He went to hand the ball off, and he stopped it right there.
Well, this is huge for the Wilmington defense. They really need to get a stop right here and force Manteno to punt from their own end zone. We've seen the Panthers are dangerous enough that they could do something right here. So, 3rd and 14 for Manteno from their own 1-yard line. Again, two receivers to the far side, two to the near. Snap back to Zimbelman out of the gun. Plenty of time. Fires deep down the middle, or the far sideline, and it is incomplete for Colvin out at the 45. The pass was a little bit underthrown. Calvin tried to drift all the way back to the middle of the field to get it.
Boy, he was open too by about 5 yards.
They tried to launch it down there, but just not a whole lot. He tried to get back to it and dive for it. Almost came up with it, but if Zimbelman would have he waited a couple of seconds too long to throw it. If he would have thrown that ball 2 ticks earlier, I think he might have been able to hit him in stride.
He did hold it too long.
Well, punt formation here for Manteno from their own 1. This is Trent Burgess in the back of the end zone for Wilmington. Do not rough the punter.
Yeah, that's just what I'm going to say. Be careful. Force him to punt the ball.
Yep, just fall back and play punt coverage. Snap back a little bit high, but Burgesson gets it away. It will bounce and bounce again out to the 40-yard line. Wilmington's going to get pretty good field position. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 from the Manteno 40 with 5:36 to go in the half. Manteno leads at 12-7. Be sure to stick around for our halftime show brought to you by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria over there in Coal City. Open till midnight or later every night. Big thank you to Ricchetti's for sponsoring our halftime show this year. We'll have your first half stats. We'll have scores from all over the area as well. We still have plenty of time here in this first half for Wilmington. The problem is that their offense just is starting to get stalled out a little bit here with everybody up on the line of scrimmage for Manteno, and they're going to pack it in again.
Nobody out wide, everybody right in the middle.
1st and 10 from the 40, back to the double wing. Weaver trying to get to the outside around the 40, 35, down to the 30 before he's tripped up. A gain of 10 and a first down. That's Sean Schmidt on the stop for Manteno. 1st and 10 for Wilmington from the 30-yard line of Manteno.
That is one thing that Manteno has given Wilmington. They are bunched toward the middle of the field, right from end to end on the line. If you can get around the corner, you can pick up a few yards.
12-7 Manteno. 5:15 to go in the half. Everything packed in again. Back to the double wing. This is Weaver, and I believe it's Kelly on the far side. Preto is fullback. Handoff Preto up the middle. Nick fumbled the football. The ball popped loose, and I believe Manteno might have come away with it. We'll see. And no, Wilmington gets it back.
Wow.
So 2nd down and 7 for Wilmington from the 28-yard line of Manteno. Down to 4:38 to go in this opening half. Boy, that ball, it just popped straight up in the air, right out of Preto's hands. So second down and 8.
I tell you, that's living dangerously.
Back to the double wing again. Weaver on the near side this time. Handoff on the misdirection. This is Kelly breaking free inside the 20, all the way down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 17 yards on that run from Dustin Kelly. The Cats, that time around, using that pursuit from Manteno against them.
Yeah, that was a nice misdirection.
What happened is they took Weaver from the near side wingback position, put him in motion, faked the pitch to Weaver, and gave it to the other wingback coming back across. That was Dustin Kelly on a little bit of misdirection, trying to get Manteno from the over pursuit that they've been doing tonight. And we'll see what the Cats do here. First and goal from the 10-yard line. Everything packed in again. And the handoff left side. Weaver inside the 10 to the 5, and he's just going to walk into the end zone for a Wilmington touchdown. Owen Weaver, a 10-yard touchdown run. And it's 13-12 Wilmington pending the extra point with 3:46 to go in the first half. Boy, that ended up being way too easy.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They're bunching everybody in tight, end to end, close to the line of scrimmage. If you get past it, there's a problem.
Well, 13-12 is the lead here for Wilmington. Alex Hatton on to attempt the extra point here with a hold out of the hands of Jeff Treadman. See what happens here. Good snap, good hold. The kick from Hatton is right down the middle. That was a nice-looking play for the Cats. 14-12, the lead for Wilmington. 3:46 to go in the first half. Well, we got a good one here tonight, folks. Back with more Cats football in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
3:46 to go in the half. 14-12 is the lead for Wilmington here over Manteno. From Homestar Field tonight. Beautiful night for football. We've got a great crowd on hand. Manteno has packed out the bleachers on the near side. Wilmington's brought a nice group with them. Of course, why not? If we're going to go to a high school football game, do it now. First 2-3 weeks of the year.
Beautiful weather.
I mean, it is unbelievably beautiful out here tonight. Just a good night to be out and about. So Alex Hatton has it teed up at the 40, kicking off left to right. Here as we sit inside the press box at Homestar Field. Back deep is Travell Calvin, who can be very dangerous. So they'll come back to the near side. Schmidt at the 20-yard line. Out across the 25 and slips and falls to the ground with Holcomb on the stop for Wilmington. On about the 27-yard line, and this is an eternity of time for the Manteno offense. 3:40 to go in the half.
Oh, boy.
They can score in seconds.
They scored in less than a minute the second time they had the ball.
All right, the Panthers will get set to start their drive from their own 28-yard line officially. Trips receivers to the far side. One back to the near out of the shotgun is Zimbelman with Steele to his right. Wilmington has defenders spread out all over the place, showing 4. Now they show 3 and will rush 3. Screen pass set up out across the 25, 30, 35 out to the 40 and gets stacked up at about the 43-yard line or so. A gain of 15 yards on the screen pass from Zimbelman to Steele. Strange thing on that is Wilmington only rushed 3 and gave up 15 yards on a screen pass.
I think they need to rush 5.
Typically, the more you rush, the more you give up a screen pass. They went really base rush and still gave up yards. Trips receivers to the far side. One to the near. Zibbelman out of the gun. 1st and 10 for Manteno from the 42 of the Panthers.
Once again, Wilmington's backing off the Russian guys.
Showing 3 at the moment. Now they'll bring 5. A blitz from the far side. Zibbelman steps up in the pocket, fires. It is intercepted by Wilmington at midfield. It popped out of the hands of Schmidt, and coming out of there with it is Dustin Kelly. On the coverage for Wilmington was Josh Jones. Josh Jones actually broke up the pass, knocked it out of the hands of Schmidt, popped it up in the air, and over comes Dustin Kelly to pick off the pass, and Wilmington will get good field position again at midfield.
Boy, that was a great defensive play by Wilmington. He didn't have a chance to get to completely grasp the ball and knocked it loose before he could bring it all the way down. There was a Wilmington guy sliding right under and picked it off.
Wow, what a play by Josh Jones. I mean, right on top of Schmidt, enough to just knock that ball away, and then Kelly with enough foresight to be right there to slide up and catch it right out of thin air.
And actually, if Gavin would have run the ball, he could have gotten a first down easy.
1st and 10 for Wilmington from midfield. Double wing again. Weaver trying to go far side, trying to get the corner. There's a flag down, so this is going to come back. Wilmington continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Yes, that is correct. It will be a hold on Wilmington, and that will bring this back. Good grief. Well, if they mark it off from the flag is at the 48, and that would make it 1st and, I believe, 22 for Wilmington. The ball is all the way back at the 37-yard line of Wilmington, and it is now a 1st and 23 scenario for the Cats with 2:56 to go in the half.
Boy, what a nice way to run, a perfectly great opportunity.
Well, if you're Wilmington now, run that clock.
You certainly don't want to turn it over to him.
Manteno has timeout, so you would think shortly here they would be using them. I would. Back to the double wing for Wilmington, 1st and 10, or 1st and 10, 1st and 23. It's ambitious of me to say 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah.
1st and 23. Handoff up the middle, Preto. Not a whole lot going on there. Out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 3. As the clock will continue to roll, Manteno hanging on to their timeouts for some odd reason. I don't know why you would allow that to be churned up, but keep themselves one timeout.
Do they still have 3 timeouts?
I thought so.
Yeah. Boy.
I mean, that's still a long time. Even to get the ball back in a minute and a half, it's still a long time, but you could have gotten it back a little bit quicker than that, but you would have a timeout in your pocket, so maybe that's what they're thinking.
It doesn't take them long to score, though.
2nd down and 20 from the 40. Handoff Weaver. Not a whole lot going there. Out to the 42. And a timeout on the play by Manteno. 1:42 to go in the half. 14-12 is the lead for Wilmington. Take a break, come back with more Cats football in just a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
14-12 Wilmington, 1:42 to go in the half. Wilmington faces a 3rd down and 19 from their own 41. Actually, it's probably closer to the 3rd and 18. The ball's almost out at the 42-yard line. Manteno does have timeouts remaining, so if Wilmington runs the ball here, Manteno can burn a timeout and leave plenty of time on that clock. But Wilmington tonight has not taken advantage of opportunities.
No, they haven't.
Not at all.
2 great opportunities they've lost if they don't get this first down here.
So
that's a long ways to get a first down.
3rd and 18 for the Cats. Back to the double wing again. And the handoff comes back near side. Dustin Kelly, that's not going to go anywhere. That's stacked up. And Manteno will use a timeout with 1:35 left. Wilmington for sure wasn't going to do anything too crazy there. Make Manteno use a couple of timeouts, and now Wilmington will get set to punt. Be sure to stick around for the Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria halftime show. Big thank you to Ricchetti's over there in Coal City, open to midnight or later every night. For an authentic Italian experience, stop by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria. 1:35 to go in the half as Wilmington will get set to punt here. By the way, the halftime show will have all your first half stats. We'll get scores from around the area too. We'll get you set for the second half. Well, we're set for a real interesting second half here tonight. Might be a real interesting end of the first half. Well, let's see what Wilmington tries to do here out of punt formation. So Manteno is going to put Brandon Steele back deep. And back to punt again is Sam Jones, filling in for Keaton Hansen tonight. We'll talk more about why Keaton Hansen is not here in a little bit. So Jones will kick it away, and that will bounce at the 25 and kick out of bounds inside the 25 at about the 23. And Manteno will take over there 1st and 10. That's plenty of time for Manteno here, no doubt. Boy, this game could go on a while, you know that?
That's quite the deal, all right. Man.
I still get the feeling that Wilmington's going to have to complete a pass or two tonight. I've said that other nights and they haven't had to, and Barry has proven me wrong more than once. By the way, whenever I reference Barry, we're talking about Barry Southall, the offensive coordinator for Wilmington. Every time I start going, come on, Barry, you got to pass the ball. They run the ball 75 times and win by 20.
Yeah,
so, two receivers to the near side. We got two back to the far. Out of the shotgun is Zimbelman. And Steele to his left. 1:27 to go in the half. Plenty of time for Manteno. And this pass deflected, and it is incomplete. Boy, that was dangerous. That could have been easily intercepted by Wilmington. They brought the house, by the way. Everybody and their brother blitzed the quarterback on that play. I think Jones ended up getting a hand on it. Sam Jones, that is.
Yeah, they had everybody in the kitchen sink coming in that time.
Bring up 2nd and 10 for Manteno. The problem with that is if the Panthers can ever get a pass off out of that,
yeah, that's the problem.
He could be running for a long time. Trips receivers to the near side. One to the far. Out of the shotgun is Zimbelman with Steele to his left. Again, 2nd and 10 from the Panther 26. Zimbelman rolls to the near side, looking downfield. He gets hit. He fumbles the ball. No, it's incomplete. They're going to say incomplete pass. His arm was going forward. I'm not real sure he was attempting a pass, though. But doesn't really matter. If your arm is going forward and somebody knocks the ball loose, that is considered an incomplete pass. Good call there. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 from Manteno. You think Wilmington's going to come with all-out pressure again?
I'd pretty much guarantee it.
Well, it's either going to work or be a disaster, one or the other. 3rd down and 10 for Manteno from their own 26. 1:17 to go in the half. Again, two receivers to the near side, two to the far. Zimbelman out of the gun. Drops back, fires over the middle, incomplete. That pass was intended for Ryan Cooper. It would have been a 1st down, but Zimbelman threw that ball about 90 miles an hour.
It's a little hard to throw that ball when you've been rattled around back there.
I mean, that kid's got a cannon. He's got to be a pitcher on the baseball team, doesn't he?
Yeah, I would think so. He has a rifle for an arm.
Back a few years ago, there was a kid here by the name of Ryan Sample who played quarterback, and that kid could wing the football. He ended up being the starting quarterback at Olivet for a while.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he could really wing the ball. All right, so punt formation here from Manteno. All of about 20 seconds has gone off the clock. Trent Burgesson to punt the ball away here. Wow, that's a real high snap, and Manteno averts an absolute disaster. And Burgess managed to kick the ball away down to the 48-yard line of Manteno. That was real close to being a major problem for the Panthers, as Wilmington will take over 1st and 10 from the Manteno 48-yard line, 1:02 to go in the half. Well, let's say you put on Barry Southall's hat. What do you do here? Just sit on the ball and go into halftime, or do you try something?
I'd love to try something.
What do you think Barry's going to do is the better question.
I think he's going to sit on it.
I think you're probably right.
That's
I
a smart
wouldn't,
thing to do.
right. I wouldn't argue with that, although I kind of agree. Every now and then I like to take a little shot.
I'd kind of like, especially, look at his defense.
Maybe first down you can take a
outside.
shot, but that's about it. You need to run the clock the rest of the time. Back to double wing. The Cats will do what they always do. Pitch the ball back right side. Kelly down near the 40-yard line.
Timeout.
Down to 53 seconds to go. Wilmington, no timeout, no nothing. And the clock is running, and the Cats are running out of time in a hurry. Well, after that play, you would think Wilmington would be in a hurry, but they're not. Down to 40 seconds to go in the quarter. And we're quickly approaching the half, and Wilmington must be perfectly content to just do that. Treadman drops back the pass. Looks down the middle of the field, fires one up. It is incomplete. Intended for Sam Jones. Actually, I thought Sam was going to come down with it for a second.
He just about did. The other defensive player was right there and batting the ball away.
He almost ripped it out of the hands of Schmidt. And one thing about it, you're not going to take the ball away from him. You might knock it away from him. You're not going to rip it out of his hands and run away with it. Well, the Cats face 3rd and a yard, and now I am all in with hand the ball off.
Yeah, he needed to put more mustard on that ball. He lofted it high in the air, and they had to jump and gave the defense plenty of chance to get there.
Well, what does Wilmington do here? 3rd down and a yard from the 40 of Manteno with 22 seconds to go in the half. Pitch back to Kelly, and that's stacked up, nothing there. And we'll see what Manteno does. Do they take a timeout or not? And we have, well, why in the world would Wilmington take a timeout? Well, you want to talk about a head scratcher. Now, why would Wilmington burn a timeout on 4th and a yard with 16 seconds left?
They think they can make that yard?
Well, here's the problem. If you don't make the yard, you give them the ball with a couple of plays left.
I don't understand it at all.
We'll see. That's an odd choice. But 4th down and a yard for Wilmington. I guess you're just banking on the fact that you're going to pick up that yard and get a first down. But based on the way Manteno's defense is played, that's not a given.
You want to guess how many people are going to be between the tackles?
I don't know, but here's the thing, though. Even if you use a timeout and you want to get the first down,
what are you going to do with it?
That's something I'm going to have to ask Coach Reentz about the postgame. We need to write that down. I need to figure that one out. So here we go. 4th down and a yard, although I've said many times there's a reason they're down there and I'm up here because I usually get proven wrong about all the time. So pitch back to Weaver. He's going to get the first down, and Weaver's going to break free up the sideline. Look at that, a proven wrong again. Owen Weaver goes for a touchdown. My goodness.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Every single time, a 40-yard touchdown run from Owen Weaver.
With 16 seconds to go, they hand the ball.
You got to be kidding me. 4th down and a yard. The Cats use a timeout with 16 seconds on the clock at their own the Manteno 40, and all of a sudden Weaver goes a touchdown. And right before that play, I said, well, look, I'm usually wrong about every single time on this, and once again I'm wrong.
That is amazing.
I can't believe that.
He broke through there and turned it on and outran the defense.
So the kick is good. Wilmington will lead it 21-12. You got to be kidding me. Boy, wow. That's a huge play from Owen Weaver as he just goes right up the sideline into the end zone.
He just somehow slid right through there and then turned it on.
All right, we'll take a break. Come back with more Cats football in a moment.
If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, But they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family owned business and they will treat you right every time. Call 815 685 9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today.
All right, 21-12 is the lead for Wilmington here with 7.8 seconds to go in the half. You know, we've had this conversation before where we said we should just stop questioning things because I end up being wrong. I guess I should just stop questioning everything.
It's amazing.
There's no way that should have worked, but it did. There's a
Uh-oh.
squib kick. That's free. Wilmington might have it again. Ball is inside the 30. And no, the Panthers did manage to get went out of bounds, I think.
Oh, man, that was almost a disaster again with 6.5 seconds left.
I think that's about the strangest end to a half.
Each team had the ball several times to get a shot at it.
Wow. 6.5 seconds to go in the half. Somehow Wilmington scored a touchdown on 4th and 1 from the Manteno 40 on a run by Owen Weaver after using a timeout on 4th down.
Now look at this. They could still score.
No, that's possible.
With that,
No, Wilmington did.
And
So
I know one thing, I don't rush three. If I'm going for it, I'm rushing the kitchen sink again.
Well, 6.5 seconds to go in the half. This has been one wacky first half of football. 21-12 the lead for Wilmington. Trips receivers to the near side. One to the far, and Zimbelman out of the shotgun.
I don't like giving Zimmerman chances to throw the ball.
And caught at the 25, out to the 30. And he'll be tackled inbounds, and that'll bring us to the end of the half. A gain of 11 on that pass play to Schmidt. And that'll bring us to the end of the half. 21-12 is the lead for Wilmington as we come to the half. My goodness, what a crazy ending to that half. We'll take a break, come back with Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria halftime show in a moment. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria open at midnight or later every night. Stop by for an authentic Italian experience. Back here in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop. Your vehicle will get expert care with their drive-on frame rack and in their Bink spray booth. Warren's offers free estimates, pickup and delivery service, and they will get you set up with a loaner car while yours is in the shop. Warren's Collision Center is located at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood, or online anytime at warrenscollision.com. That's warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in Coal City is all about relaxing with family and friends while sharing an authentic Italian festival of food. They are the home of the Chicago-style deep dish pizza, but they also have a full menu including pastas, burgers, salads, and more. Check out all of their daily specials too online at ricchettis.net. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria is at 375 South Broadway in Coal City, and they are open till midnight or later every night. Stop in for an authentic Italian experience at Ricchetti's. ACN Representative Peter Treby is helping people just like you save money on their bills every month. ACN has deals in place for high-speed internet, wireless service, energy, television, home phone service, and home security. It's simple. All you have to do is click on the ACN link, fill out an analysis form, and Peter will tell you how you can start saving money today with ACN. Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916.
Heroin. I am Matt Baskerville. As a funeral director in Will County, I can tell you firsthand that I have seen results of heroin overdose.
Plainfield Shorewood, 4 dead. Lockport, 5 dead. I am Reagan Freitag. As Wilmington's local prosecutor and Will County board member, I can tell you I have seen the trouble and hardships of addictions.
Frankfort, Mokina, New Lenox, 6 dead. Bolingbrook, Romeoville, 6 dead. In Wilmington and Braidwood, heroin equals death or arrest.
Wilmington, Braidwood, 8 dead. Thanks to efforts of our local police departments, that number has dropped from 8 deaths in 2015 to 2 deaths so far in 2016.
If your family, your friend, or you are suffering from heroin addiction, there is help. Please call 815-476-1660 for more information.
Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with ONDCP and SAMHSA.
Back in the Ricetti's Cafe and Pizzeria halftime show. Boy, what an interesting first half that was. 21-12 is the lead for Wilmington at the break. The Cats use a timeout on 4th and 1 from their own 40-yard line with 16 seconds left. Manteno still had a timeout left. The Cats run a play to Owen Weaver off the near side. He scampers 40 yards into the end zone. And Wilmington puts a touchdown on the board right before the half. And one of the strangest endings to a first half. I don't think I've seen anybody use a timeout quite like that before, but it worked.
Can you believe how many opportunities both teams had at the end of the half? They each had 2 shots to put some points on the board at the end of the half. Finally, Wilmington ran it with 4th down. I can't believe it.
Well, it worked out. The Cats have a 21-12 lead. That's definitely, I can't wait to get Coach Reentz up here after the game to talk to him about that one, because that's an all-timer right there. All right, so first half stats, first of all, for the Wilmington Wildcats. Rushing the football, Jeff Treadman, 3 rushes for -8 yards. Of course, we include sacks too. Dustin Kelly, 7 carries for 39 yards and a touchdown. Nick Preto ran the ball 4 times for 14 yards, and Owen Weaver, 13 carries, 125 yards, and a couple of scores in that first half. Jeff Treadman was 0 for 1 through the air. By the way, the Cats, 27 rushing attempts, 160 yards, and 3 touchdowns. For Manteno, rushing the ball, Gavin Zimbelman, 2 carries for 5 yards. Brandon Steele rushed the ball 2 times for 56 yards and a touchdown. The one on that 60-yard touchdown run that kind of took everybody by surprise. Travell Calvin, 1 rush for 11 yards. Gavin Zimbelman in that first half, 11 of 22 for 128 yards and a touchdown. He also threw 1 interception as well. By the way, on the ground, Manteno, 5 rushing attempts for 72 yards. Receiving, Brandon Steele, 1 reception for 15 yards. Travell Calvin, 3 receptions for 46 yards and a touchdown. Caleb Boudreau, 3 receptions for 36 yards. And Sean Schmidt, 4 receptions for 31 yards. Travell Calvin's touchdown reception was a 30-yard touchdown reception. 72 yards on the ground, 128 through the air, 200 yards of offense for Manteno to Wilmington's 160. Pretty even for a first half of play kind of across the board here. It's an interesting half. The Cats uses a timeout on 4th and 1 with Manteno still having a timeout left from the Manteno 40-yard line. The Cats run a play and score a touchdown. 40 yards from Owen Weaver on the run, and they lead it by 9 here at the break. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get you a whole bunch of scoring updates from around the area here in just a moment. This is the Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria halftime show. Be sure to stop by Ricchetti's over there in downtown Coal City. Open till midnight or later every night. Stop by for an authentic Italian experience. Back with more of the halftime show in a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
What's up, man? Good to see you're here. Do you want a beer?
No thanks, I don't drink.
Oh, come on, relax. Have some fun. Everyone else is drinking.
We have a lot to do tomorrow, and I can't be all hungover from drinking.
Yeah, I'm having enough trouble with school, and sports, and clubs, and so much stuff. I don't have time to be worrying about if I got caught drunk. Come on, man. This will help relax your mind and worries, and you'll have a good time.
Oh, man, cops. Run. We better book it out of here.
I'm so glad we weren't stupid and didn't drink.
I know, right?
The Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community is committed and proud to bring programs and resources to help area residents. Our mission is to build a safe, productive, and substance-free community through these programs. The issues and problems that come with alcohol and drug abuse are very real, and the effects can be devastating. If you or anyone you know is in need of help, please call 815-476-1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with Sebring Goodman Teen Institute, ONDCP, and SAMHSA.
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com or call 815-521-0900.
This is the Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria halftime show. Big thank you to Ricchetti's over there in Coal City for an authentic Italian experience. Stop by. They're open till midnight or later every night during the week. So your scores from around the area here at the half. First of all, in the Interstate 8, Coal City leads Lyle. That's 7-0 up there at Benedictine University. Reed Custer, a 14-0 lead on Clinton tonight.
Really?
So the Comets
Good.
up by a couple of scores. Herscher leads Clifton Central 22-6. So the I-8 representing fairly well.
Not bad.
Also around the area, Seneca and Rantoul are scoreless. Dwight and Hoopston are also scoreless. Plano leads Harvard 14-0. So that's all the I-8 scores. Again, Coal City 7-0 over Lyle. Reed Custer a 14-0 lead on Clinton. Herscher up 22-6 over Clifton Central. Seneca and Rantoul are tied at 0. Dwight and Hoopston tied at 0. And Plano 14-0 over Harvard. Interesting to see how the I-8 matches up around the state with some.
Peatone playing this week?
I'm sure they are, but I just don't have the
We
scores.
just don't have it. Okay.
All right, I'll just scores from around the area. Big battle tonight. Morris and Washington. Morris leads that one 7-0 early on. I believe that's over in Morris, too. The Redskins trying to go to 2-0 on the year. Lincoln Way Central a 14-10 lead on Sandburg. Wheaton North leads Joliet Catholic 16-0. Plainfield East up on Plainfield Central. That's 13-6. Oswego East absolutely annihilating Romeoville. It's 48-0. Oswego East. Bishop McNamara leads Bolingbrook. That's a school the size of about 500. Bolingbrook has closing in on 4,000. And McNamara leads at 7-0 over the Bolingbrook Raiders early in that game. Lamont, a 28-0 lead on Belleville East. Kankakee in the crosstown rivalry that is the Kankakee Cup. I don't know what they call it. I have no idea. Right down the street down here, Kankakee leads Bradley Bourbonnais 13-7.
Oh, nice battle.
That one. So Minooka, 19-7 lead on, I don't know if that's Joliet Catholic or Joliet Central. I don't know which one
That's a
that
good
is.
question.
I have JC down, but Manuka evidently is winning 19-7. Providence a 14-7 lead on Vianney. That's a team out of Missouri, so Providence going out of state to find an opponent there tonight. Lincoln Way East a 13-0 lead on Belleville West. And let's see, Brother Rice a 35-19 lead on Crete Moni. That's what we have so far here tonight. Again, in the Interstate 8, Coal City 7-0 over Lisle. Reed Custer 14-0 over Clinton. Herscher 22-6 over Clifton Central. Seneca and Rantoul tied at 0. Dwight and Hoopston tied at 0. And Plano 14-0 over Harvard. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back here in just a moment with your second half. This has been the Racchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria halftime show. Racchetti's, where they're open till midnight or later every night. Stop by for an authentic Italian experience. Wilmington leads at 21-12 at the break. Back with their second half here in just a few minutes on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com. Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop. Your vehicle will get expert care with their drive-on frame rack and in their Bink spray booth. Warren's offers free estimates, pickup and delivery service, and they will get you set up with a loaner car while yours is in the shop. Warren's Collision Center is located at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood, or online anytime at warrenscollision.com. That's warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Back here on the Christian Internet Sports Network as we get set to start up quarter three with the Cats leading 21-12 here over Manteno. About a minute away before we get the second half underway. Been an interesting night. Talking with some of the Wilmington or some of the film crew and stuff up there, and just interesting to hear how the end of that half went. But no matter how it got put together, Wilmington ended up with another touchdown out of it. I think everybody was so shocked by what was going on that they ended up looking up on the board, and there's another touchdown up there. So the Cats lead it by 9 as we get set to start this second half of action. There is, in case you're wondering about wind tonight, and should we come down to a last-second field goal of some sort, the wind is blowing left to right, which could be an interesting twist before this night is over. And I believe Wilmington should be returning this kick here. Manteno got the ball first. I think I'm sitting right on top of my microphone cord, by the way.
Oh.
I'm going to try to move that thing out of the... I don't know how I managed to pull that one off.
I wonder if Wilmington will do anything with that running game with all that people bunched in on the other side.
Well, I don't know. They ran for a 40-yard touchdown on 4th and 1, so I guess. I don't know.
Tell you what, none of us expected that.
Every time, like I said, every time I question something or bring something up, the exact opposite happens of what I think was going to happen. That was such a strange ending. 21-12 is the lead for Wilmington here. We get set to start up the second half. Ball teed up at the 40 as Trent Burgesson will approach. And a low line drive picked up at the 30. Out across the 35 and out to the 37 goes the return. The fairly decent field position here for Wilmington. That is Joe Mendoza on the return, and well, that's nothing unusual for the Cats. Mendoza is a defensive back for Wilmington. We saw him get an interception last week in that big win over St. Joseph Ogden. By the way, Jeff Dillon up top told me that St. Joseph Ogden is beating Quincy Notre Dame 27-7, or somewhere along those lines. I don't know.
How did
that's
Wilmington
hard to
like
explain.
that last week?
Pitch back to, I believe this is Kelly. There's just nothing there. He might have gotten 2 or 3, but that's about it. Good job by Manteno to just stack that whole thing up. It looks like Nick Zawiza was in on the stop for the Panthers.
Second down now and 7 to go. Second and 7 over the Wildcat ball, just inside the near hash mark.
So second and 7, yeah, a long 7 here for Wilmington. One benefit for Wilmington at the moment is that it is a 9-point lead, so Manteno does have to score twice.
Yeah, that's true.
Back to the double wing, pitch back to Weaver across the 40. Trying to bang ahead out to the 45-yard line. Boy, that's just a 5-yard really tough run
That
from
sure was.
Owen Weaver.
He had to earn every yard of that.
How about slamming your way ahead? It'll bring up 3rd down and about 3 for Wilmington, maybe a long 2.
I think it's the strength of Weaver that gets those yards out of that. He was right in the middle of all those guys, kind of zigzagged a little bit and just pushed and knifed his way through.
And if you're the Cats, the one thing you'd like to dial up here is a really long drive that ends in a score.
That's what you
Get
like to
3,
do.
4, 5 yards at a time and just keep the clock moving. Well, here we go. 3rd down and a long 2, almost 3. Manteno stacking everybody up there again, and now Wilmington jumps off sides.
Somebody had the count wrong on the left end of Wilmington. He's going back over the coach to register his complaint. He said they didn't call it on him. He evidently didn't hear it straight.
Well,
that's the third penalty tonight on Wilmington. They've got a total of 25 yards and penalties, and boy, they've come at some very inopportune times.
But I will tell you that something's going on up front with Manteno, because immediately after that was over, Robert Van Dyne came over to the near side and was talking to the official about something going on up front. I don't know if somebody's barking out signals or what on that defensive line, but here we go. 3rd down and 7 now for Wilmington. Pitch back to Weaver, trying to get the corner, and cuts it back across the 45. He's going to be out near the first down marker. I think he's just shy, though.
About a yard short.
Picked up about 6. Well, let's see for what Wilmington does here. Everybody's been going for stuff on 4th down tonight, so why stop the precedent? Every single team has been going for all kinds of 4th down stuff. And it appears, well, now they're going to go with the punt team.
I don't know. Maybe we should go for it again.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's been going for everything else, so why stop precedent now? Well, Sam Jones is back there to punt it away for the Cats. So snap back to Jones. And this is a beautiful kick, taken down at the 20, and nice coverage for Wilmington, too, at the 24-yard line. Well, that's good all the way around. Good kick from Sam Jones, good coverage from Mendoza. And Manteno gets the ball back, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 8:44 to go in the 3rd quarter, 21-12 Wilmington, but that's a nice stop for Manteno.
Yes.
Now, albeit aided by a penalty, but Wilmington's done that a lot tonight.
Right now, you can take what you get, what you can get. You got that penalty help.
Trips receivers to the near side. One to the far, out of the gun is Zimbelman. To his left is Brandon Steele. 1st and 10, right on the 25. Swing pass near side. Calvin with it across the 25, out across the 30, and bangs ahead to near the 32-yard line. That's a huge chunk of yards on 1st down. Actually picks up close to 8. It'll bring up 2nd down and 2.
Wilmington continues to give up that little short area. They're not coming out to nose on them.
For me, I'm surprised they don't get Calvin more involved in various ways.
That guy can move. Man.
I'd be coming up with all kinds of different plays to get him the football, I believe. 2nd down and 2, out of the gun. Zimbelman fires. This is caught. Schmidt with a nice move. Gets out across the 35 to near the 39-yard line. A gain of 5, maybe 6. Bring up 1st and 10 for Manteno here. Under 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 21-12 is the lead for Wilmington. Trips receivers to the near side, one to the far. Zimbelman out of the gun again with Steele to his left.
Good calls by the coaches so far for Manteno. They're taking what Wilmington's given them. They're backing off of these wide receivers, so the short passes are available.
Again, trips receivers to the near side, one to the far. And now Manteno jumping off sides. A false start near side. I believe that's Adam Miller who will get called for the false start, and that will back him up 5 yards.
That's their first penalty of the night.
So 7:34 to go in the 3rd. 21-12 is the lead for Wilmington. Again, out of the gun is Zimbelman. Wilmington showing 3 down linemen. Now bringing a 4th and almost a 5th up. They're going to send 4. Swing pass near side. Dropped again by Travell Calvin. That's his 3rd drop of the night. And it'll bring up now 2nd down and 15. Trying again to get him the ball out in space to see if he can make a play. Which is the right thing to do because he has so much speed.
Yeah, I think I put somebody in his hip pocket and don't let him get the ball. If he gets it, you're done.
All right, again, trips receivers to the near side, one to the far. Zimbelman looking over the sideline out of that shotgun formation for the play. Steele will stay with him in the backfield. And Wilmington waiting to see what formation they'll get here. And now they'll still stay with those 3 down linemen. We'll see if they bring any additional pressure. Zimbelman out of the gun. Second down at 15 from the Manteno 34. And he's sacked back at the 25-yard line. Good pressure from Wilmington. It looks like Owen Weaver along with Josh Jones back there as they converge on a sack back at the 27-yard line. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 22 for Manteno. That's what that pressure will do, but the key is you have to get there first.
Well, you guess he lost about 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
I'll put him down -6 for a sack. Yeah, that pressure does all the work.
If you're Wilmington, I dial up that pressure again because they're going to have to go a ways to get first down here. 3rd down and about 22 or so. Again, trips receivers to the near side, and there's a flag again, and it's the same guy is offsides again for Manteno. False start. Adam Miller again moving on that left tackle position, and the false start will move it back 5 yards again.
Boy, they had no penalties. Now they've gotten 2 in this drive.
It was not a lot there, but he kind of rocked back on his heels a little bit, and it was enough to get the flag on the near side. So now it's 3rd down and 27 for Manteno.
Problem is, they're bringing the kitchen sink, and you're as an offensive lineman, you're trying to get an extra step to get ready.
All right, 2 receivers to either side. Zimbelman out of the gun with Steele to his left again. 3rd and 27 from the 22 of the Panthers. Wilmington just brings 3. They drop everybody else in the coverage. This is a deep pass down the near sideline. It is intercepted by Wilmington. Trying to return it is Holcomb back out across the 35 to the 38-yard line. And there's a really, really, really late flag. I mean really late. It's going to be a late hit on Wilmington, I think, but it was in the middle of the whistle hadn't even blown yet.
Yeah, they were complaining over here. The bench was complaining for Manteno, but really, it was still playing.
I mean it's one of those weird blindside type hits which football is trying their best to get rid of. In any case, for Wilmington, for Manteno, that really works out in your favor because you're going to have to punt the ball away anyway. So that pass actually serves as a punt, and if you're Wilmington, it's gotten you deeper in the hole because you're going to attack 15 onto this. It's going to move it all the way back.
That was Boudreaux that was down.
Close to the 25-yard line or so.
Yeah, it was Boudreaux that was down, but he's all right. He's up and he's over here now. Got his bell rung a little bit.
The problem is they're calling it a dead ball penalty, but it's not a dead ball if the whistle hasn't blown yet. It could.
Well, they're going to eject him from the game.
Well, they're trying to take that play out of the game. The blindside hit is what they're trying to take out. I agree with that. What I don't agree with that it's a dead ball penalty because it's not dead ball, but it is a foul. I mean, if you're going to blindside somebody, I can understand that, but it's before the whistle even blew, though. That's the weird part to me is you call it a dead ball foul when it's just.
Huh.
All right, well, that's going to put the ball all the way back at the 24 for Wilmington, and they are going to be forced to work with a long field. For Manteno, this really worked out in their favor. I mean, they threw a deep pass and ended up being better than a punt.
That's why I didn't see why the Wilmington player didn't knock it down. Because that was a long, long pass downfield.
Well, I guess Mendoza's gone. That's what it looks like. I think it's Joe Mendoza, the 5'7", 170-pound senior, has been booted out of this game for a personal foul. It's kind of the equivalent of the college teams with the targeting, college and pro teams, especially college level, doing targeting and booting out of the game. They're trying to take away all that stuff from up high, what they're trying to do. Back to the double wing for the Cats. The pitch back to Weaver across the 25, out across the 30, and we'll bring ahead up to the, about the 34-yard line or so. Gain of 9, bring up second down and a yard for Wilmington. And that could be, if it is Mendoza who was booted, that could be a big loss for the Cats because he's one of the few defensive backs that Wilmington has out there. So,
boy, you need those defensive backs in this game.
Well, we're down to 5:10 to go in the third. 21-12 is the lead for
Desperately Wilmington needs to drive a long drive here.
All right, second down and a yard. Back to the double wing. Pitch back near side. Tiptoeing his way ahead is Dustin Kelly out to the 40-yard line. Gain of 7 yards for Dustin. The first and 10 for Wilmington at their own 40-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go in the third.
Oh, how many yards did you give him that time?
So Trudman will bring him back up to the line here. First and 10 for the Cats from the 40-yard line. Actually, the ball just shy of the 40. And back to the double wing again for Wilmington. Pitch back, Kelly. This tried to break it free, almost did, all the way out to midfield before he's finally tackled. I thought he was stacked up way back at the 40-yard line.
I did too. He got through there some way.
A gain of 10 and a Wilmington first down right at midfield. Boy, that sure looked like there was nothing there. I mean, he was stacked.
I couldn't believe he popped up over here in their backfield. How in the world he ever got through there? I'll never know.
Wilmington now begin to chew up a little bit of yardage. Still a long way to go. Ball at midfield. 21-12 is the lead for Wilmington. Boy, been a good one here for week 2 of the high school football season.
It has been.
Back to the double wing again. Handoff Weaver on the misdirection. And nothing there. Good job by Schmidt to step up and fill that hole. A gain of a yard for Owen, and that's it. Real good pursuit from the Manteno defense. They've kind of sniffed out that misdirection a little bit here to start the second half.
Yeah, he ran into one-man stone wall that time.
All right, 21-12 is the lead for Wilmington. 3:24 to go in the third. Going down the stretch here in a real good week 2 matchup for the Cats before they get set to go into conference play next week. Back to the double wing again, Weaver and Kelly. Second down and 9 from the 48 of Manteno. Pitch to Weaver, left side, trying to get the corner. Can't quite get there. And gets knocked out of bounds, maybe a yard, and that's it. It'll bring up third down and 8 for the Cats.
Well, that's 2 times he's carried the ball in a row, and 1 yard each time. Not easy going for Weaver right now. He's got 22 yards total in the second half, but only 2 in the last 2 carries.
Third down and 8 for Wilmington from the 48-yard line of the Panthers. 2:25 to go in the third quarter. Wilmington up 9. Back to the double wing again. Handoff Preto, the fullback. That goes nowhere. Maybe a yard. It'll bring up 4th down and 7, and Wilmington will be forced to punt. By the way, next week, be sure to tune in. We'll be live from Westmont. We make the trip up to see the Cats take on the Sentinels. Boy, that's an odd place to get to, by the way.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that is a strange one.
1:40 and counting in the third. Sam Jones getting set to punt the ball away from his own 40. Good snap. And Jones with a line drive kick here, taken on the run, which is always dangerous, across the 35 out to near the 38-yard line. So that's a net punt of about 10 yards, just not enough air on that one from Sam Jones. Too much of a line drive. All right, so Manteno will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. 1:26 to go in the third. Again, the Panthers need 2 scores, down by 9 as we approach the end of the third quarter. Of course, this offense for Manteno can rack up points real quick.
Well, we've seen them move a ton of yards fast.
2 receivers to the near side. They're going to send 2 to the far side. By the way, Calvin and Schmidt are both to the far side, which ought to raise a whole bunch of red flags. And out of the gun is Zimbelman with Steele to his left. 1st and 10 from the Manteno 38. In motion is Calvin. Fake the handoff to him, and Zimbelman gets rocked at the 40-yard line after a gain of 2. And Wilmington just stepping up and knocking him around a little bit. That's Cox in there on the stop for the Cats.
Trying to take advantage of that Wilmington come barreling down there for that pass play. Get past them, we could get maybe some yardage, but Wilmington wrapped him up.
2nd down and 8 for Manteno from their own 40-yard line, down to 45 seconds and counting in the third quarter. Zimbelman drops back, looks near side, fires it deep down the sideline, has a receiver. Holcomb falls down, and there's a flag down on the play on Holcomb, who kind of reached out and
actually, I think he was shoved in the back.
Well, everybody's moving way down the field, but it's not going to matter. In high school, it's only a 15-yard penalty, even if it is against the defense. It's not a spot foul. So, and if they say that's uncatchable, well, they're going to wave it off. It wasn't. It was catchable.
Well,
he was only a step away from it, but
I thought Holcomb had the inside position.
Yeah, I didn't.
And they pushed
see
him
a
in the
whole
back
lot.
and shoved him down.
I didn't see a whole lot there either. There was some contact, but all right. Well, they pick up the flag, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for Manteno. So 3rd and 8 from the 40 of Manteno. Got some interesting scoring updates to pass along to you here when we start the fourth quarter. 2 receivers to either side. Out of the shotgun again is Zimbelman. Jots back the pass, pressured over the middle, fires, incomplete, bounces around a little bit, and it'll bring up 4th down for Manteno. The pass was originally intended for Schmidt at about the 50, but he overthrew him and almost hit Calvin behind him.
They got pass receivers everywhere out there. I think they run 4 wide receivers at each play.
So Manteno is going to be forced to punt the ball away. Well, theoretically. We've seen a little bit of everything tonight. So
yeah, we'll wait and see if that happens or not.
From their own 40-yard line.
Normally speaking, we would say they're going to punt it.
Yeah, tonight, who knows? Trent Burgess on to punt it away here. I believe is that Holcomb back deep for the Cats? I'm having a hard time seeing his number for some odd reason. Burgesson taking his time, punts it away. That's a nice kick. Taken by Holcomb, and he'll be dropped inside the 30, down around the 28-yard line with 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Well, a couple of interesting scores to pass along to you. Lyle leads Coal City. That's 8-7. So on the low-scoring slugfest that is Coal City and the Lyle Lions, it's an 8-7 lead for Lyle. That's up at Benedictine University.
That's a hard place to go in and win against them.
And Reed Custer, it looks primed to get their first win as they're up 29-7 on Clinton. So a couple of good plays for Wilmington to try to force the issue here toward the end of the third quarter, and their defense is now giving the ball back to the offense here. And Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line with 20 seconds to go in this third quarter. Back to the double wing, pitch to Weaver, cuts it back up the middle, breaks out across the 35, out near the 40.
Boy, he's a powerful runner, isn't he?
Be a gain of right at 10 yards for the Cats and a first down. Now in the 12 seconds when they wind the clock, that'll bring us to the end of quarter number 3. We'll head to the fourth quarter. Wilmington leads at 21-12 over Manteno. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955. Racchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in Coal City is all about relaxing with family and friends while sharing an authentic Italian festival of food. They are the home of the Chicago-style deep dish pizza, but they also have a full menu, including pastas, burgers, salads, and more. Check out all of their daily specials, too, online at racchettis.net. Racchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria is at 375 South Broadway in Coal City, and they are open till midnight or later every night. Stop in for an authentic Italian experience at Racchetti's.
21-12 Wilmington, as they'll have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. For the Cats right now, hang on to the football, run some clock, and tack another score on the board. It's been kind of the same theory that we've been seeing all night, but so far it's been working out all right.
With the exception of that one breakaway run with 4th down, it's been a stalemate since about the middle part of the second quarter.
Double wing for the Cats, pitch back to Kelly. He's still pounding forward. Every single time it looks like he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, he manages to break a tackle and pound forward. He'll pick up 3, close to 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 for Wilmington. He's just kind of an amazing runner because he doesn't look that big, and he keeps churns ahead.
He keeps his balance, worms his way through. Somehow he makes you pay.
So 21-12, the lead for Wilmington, down to 11:20 to go in the fourth. 2nd down and 6 for the Cats from their own 44. Again, double wing, pitch back, Weaver cuts it back, almost broke it. Got tripped up across midfield down to the 49-yard line of Manteno. A gain of close to 8 for Weaver, be a first down for the Cats. And this is what Wilmington tends to do. You get in the second half, the other team gets a little winded, and Wilmington just keeps going and keeps pounding and keeps pounding.
Yeah, this is Wilmington's game right now. If they can keep this up. So far, they've not been able to take it in for score the second half, though.
Key is staying away from turnovers and penalties. And tonight, the penalties have been a killer for Wilmington. 1st and 10 for the Cats from the 49 of Manteno. Down to 10:45 to go in the game, and Wilmington leads by 9. Double wing again, pitch back, Weaver cuts it back to the 45. Give him another 4 yards. We'll take that all night long right there. 4 to 5 yards. Chew up some clock, chew up some yardage. Bring up 2nd down and 6 for Wilmington. The ball at the 45 of Manteno.
This kind of drive will just delight Coach right out of his mind. Boy, he'll love this.
This is the kind of stuff that can be demoralizing to a defense, too. You know what's coming. They're trying to stop it, and you just can't. See if Manteno can dig something up here defensively. Back to a 2nd and 6 for Wilmington from the 45 of the Panthers. Double wing again. Pitch back to Weaver inside the 45. Bangs ahead. Bounces off a couple of tacklers and manages to get a couple of yards. Got about 2, maybe 3. It'll bring up 3rd and relatively short for Wilmington. So give about 2 yards in that run from Weaver. All right, third down and a couple here for Wilmington. It's somewhere, the reason I said 2 down, it's about 2.5 yards. It's not quite 3, not quite 2. It's somewhere right in the middle.
Yeah, I guess you're right, I think. It is about 2.5 yards.
All right, third down and a couple here from the Manteno 42-yard line. Back to double wing again. Pitch back, Kelly churns ahead. He's going to get the first down. Got caught from behind, but not before he managed to pick up about 4. And Wilmington has it 1st and 10 at the 39 of Manteno.
That's what Wilmington wants to do, just 3, 4, 5 yards a pop.
And it just keeps churning clock, too. And that's what Coach Reintz wants all night long. Move that clock. The problem here for Manteno is not just getting a stop on this drive. You need 2 scores.
Yeah, Wilmington needs a score here would really put them in great shape.
All right, back to the double wing again. 1st and 10 from the 39 of Manteno. Treadman under center. It's Kelly and Weaver at wingbacks. Treadman going to keep it himself and bangs ahead down to the
Boy, you take care of the backs and he goes through.
35-yard line. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 6.
You know, you drop back to get that guy he's going to pitch back to, and then he cuts it up and goes in under you, and then you got 4 yards you gave up.
So 21-12 is the lead for the Cats. They continue to work on clock here. Under 8 minutes to go now.
Just keeps on ticking.
It's not an exciting brand of football, but it's effective.
It sure is.
2nd down and 6 for Wilmington from the 35-yard line. I think that's to Dustin Kelly off the right side. And
he somehow pitches that ball back and then becomes the lead blocker.
It's such a quick pitch on the play as Dustin Kelly will pick up
just
about a yard. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for Wilmington. Yeah, it's really hard to tell when he keeps it himself or when he pitches it because it's so fast. Well, this is big for Manteno right here. I wouldn't say last gasp time, but you're approaching it.
Well, they can score fast, so that's...
But you don't want to give them another set of downs. 3rd down and 4. Back to the double wing from the Manteno 33. Pitch back to Kelly. And he gets stacked up. Nothing there. Got maybe a yard, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I was a little surprised Kelly did that. He carried that ball at time.
Well, if you're Wilmington, you might as well go ahead and go for it. You're deep into Manteno territory at the 33-yard line. There's not really much you're going to gain here by punting. And you're not close enough to get anywhere near field goal range, so you're just going to have to go for it here.
Yeah, I'm amazed, but Wilmington never tried to pass.
Haven't the entire second half.
Nope, they only threw 1 in the first half.
Back to the double wing, everything stacked in. Pitch to Weaver, near side. This is going to be trouble across the corner. Makes a nice cutback, and I think he's got the first down.
Wow.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. Boy, that looked like trouble when he got the initial pitch because there was a wall of purple in front of him, but he cut it back up the middle and managed to pick up about 7 yards or so, and it's plenty enough for a Wilmington first down, and the clock rolls again, and that was a big play right there.
Yeah, there's a big guy, Miller, in there. He got cut inside there and got right past him and a couple other guys. Miller wasn't by himself.
I was thinking about the bet on that. This is a problem because there were a bunch of people out there. Just Owen managed to find a hole, and
he was going wide, and then just all at once put his foot in and cut up field.
1st and 10 for Wilmington from the 26. Handoff. And this churns ahead 4 or 5 yards again for Wilmington. Off the run, I believe, is it Nick Preto, the fullback in that carry again, or who ended up with it? Yeah, it is Nick Preto. So Preto right up the gut.
Almost 5 yards, 4.5.
Picks up 5. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for Wilmington.
That's only Preto's second carry the second half. The first time he carried, he got 1 yard, and they got 5 that time. So he's got 6 the second half, and he had 14 the first half. So he's got a total of 20 tonight.
Second down, and we'll call it 6 from the 22 of Manteno. Back to double wing again. This time, Treadman keeps it. He'll bang ahead down inside the 20-yard line, and it'll bring up third down and a couple. So 3rd and 3 here. Down to 4:25 to go in the game, and the hopes are quickly disappearing for Manteno here.
Yeah, Wilmington needs another first down here.
Boy, the Cats just keep churning yardage.
You know what they're going to do. You know it's going to come right tackle, or right guard, left guard, or through the center. And try as you may, once in a while off tackle.
Down to 4 minutes to go in the game. Pitch back, Weaver cuts it back up the middle. Still churning, breaks free. And Weaver's going to go for 6. Touchdown, Wilmington. 19-yard touchdown run for Owen Weaver. And that will make it 27-12 Wilmington. Boy, you just keep pounding, and eventually Weaver gets free.
You know, it looked like they had him again, and he just pulled loose, and then he turned it on again, and just shoom, overdrive.
Well, now on to attempt the extra point is Alex Hatton, player off the soccer team for Wilmington, which is where Coach Rinks has come to for quite a few years to get kickers. And the kick here is good.
Oh, he can kick the ball.
And Wilmington leads it 28-12 with 3:51 to go in the game. Don't go away. There's still some time, and Manteno can score in a hurry. I'm back with more Cats football in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
ACN Representative Peter Treby is helping people just like you save money on their bills every month. ACN has deals in place for high-speed internet, wireless service, energy, television, home phone service, and home security. It's simple. All you have to do is click on the ACN link, fill out an analysis form, and Peter will tell you how you can start saving money today with ACN. Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916.
28-12 is the lead for Wilmington here with 3:51 left. It's still just a 2-score game, but time is starting to run out. So Alex Hatton to kick off here, approaches, and a squib kick, bounces around, still bounced, picked up at the 27, out across the 40, 45, out to the 49-yard line.
A nice run back.
Goes the return. And that's Brandon Steele on the return. So Manteno will have it with very good field position. In fact, it's going to be right at their own 48-yard line with 3:43 left. Manteno's going to have to score in a hurry, but the real problem for Manteno is making sure you get first downs. By the way, Coal City a 13-8 lead on Lyle now. So Coal City up 13-8 on Lyle.
That's a good battle.
Reed Custer still 29-7. And get this, Dwight leads Hoopston 50-7.
How
Dwight.
about that? When's the last time Dwight
shocked.
scored 50 points in a ball game?
All right, 1st and 10 for Manteno from their own 48. Pass over the middle, caught by Schmidt. He fumbled the football. They're going to say it's incomplete. They're going to say Schmidt never had the football. It's a good thing because Owen Weaver's scoring a touchdown right about now.
Yeah, he
Matter
was.
of fact, he literally ran all the way into the end zone.
He had that one was gone.
I mean, that was gift wrap 6 if that would have been a fumble.
That's twice they've escaped. One in the first half ran one back and they called it a dead ball.
All 2nd and 10 for Manteno from their own 48. 3:38 remaining in the fourth quarter. Again, trips receivers to the near side. One to the far out of the gun is Zimbelman with Steele to his left. Gavin drops back to pass. Little screen pass to Steele, and that gets blown up.
Beautiful
back at the 45-yard line. That's going to be a loss. Boy, good coverage on the play by Kyle Harold along with John Cox. And Wilmington just absolutely blew that up. It'll go from 2nd and 10 to 3rd and 13, and more importantly, the clock rolls. And the clock continues to tick down here.
They don't seem to be in a real hurry to get a play out there. Of course, they can score quick, so.
So, Zimbelman out of the gun again. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Zimbelman chops back to pass, fires deep down the near sideline, and it's going to be intercepted. I mean, that's gift wrap to Tyler Holcomb. Holcomb picks it off, takes up the far sideline, across the 20, still going, out across the 30, Holcomb to the 35, to the 40.
Going.
Holcomb is finally tackled out at midfield.
What a run back.
By Gavin Zimbelman, the cornerback, and Wilmington's more than likely going to win another one here at Manteno. 28-12 is the lead for the Wildcats, 2:26 left. Zimbelman just
threw as far
wound up and fired that ball down the field, and the only person back there was Holcomb. Well, the Cats will have it 1st and 10 from Manteno's 48-yard line. Now, Manteno does have timeouts left here, so Wilmington needs a first down or so to really seal this.
That's right. They need a good first down, at least one.
Back to double wing again, and now we have a whistle and more than likely delay a game. Or is it too many men on the field for? Might be too many participating for. It is. It's an illegal substitution on Manteno. Well, that doesn't help their cause. So go from 1st and 10 to 1st and 5. Well, that's a penalty you just couldn't afford to have at this point of the game.
First half they had no penalties. Second half they've had 3 now for only 15 yards. But like this, that's a really, really important penalty.
Well, 1st and 5 for the Cats. The ball at the 43-yard line of Manteno. And the handoff, Kelly, and he breaks a tackle and shoots forward for a gain of a couple. It'd be down to 2:15 to go. And now for Manteno, you just about have to use timeouts, don't you? If you want to have any shot here. Apparently, they're not going to use any.
I guess they're content to go with it the way it is.
I guess. So bring up 2nd down and 4 for Wilmington.
Maybe they're going to wait one more play so they can. But boy, I don't know.
Right now, every second is precious. Down to 1:45 to go. Back to the double wing for the Cats. Weaver and Kelly. Preto, the fullback. Handoff Kelly again, right side. Nothing there. Matter of fact, might have lost a yard. Bring up 3rd and 5. And again, I'm just surprised Manteno's not taking anything. I guess you're right.
I guess they're going to go with it.
I would think with that kind of a passing offense, you want to take a few shots downfield, but
I'd like to put Nick Preto in there and let him run the ball a time or two.
Well, it's down to 3rd and 5 as we approach 1 minute to go in the game. Wilmington leading 28-12 and just trying to wind down the clock here. Back to double wing again. Pitch back to Weaver inside the 40, and not a whole lot to work with there. Picks up a couple of yards, and Manteno now uses a timeout, which is shocking to me because you could have used it this entire time and still had 2 minutes left of the clock. I don't know. I've seen some strange timeout usage tonight, but so be it. 45 seconds to go in the game. 28-12 is
4th and 1.
The lead for Wilmington tonight. Sure to join us next week on the road from up at Westmont. The Cats will take on the Sentinels. 6:45 broadcast time next Friday here as we're on the road. Of course, we get to go to Westmont, which means barbecue.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the word. Barbecue.
Uncle Bub's.
Uncle Bubba's.
Uncle Bub's right down the street from Westmont High School.
It's one of my favorite things.
So if you're looking for us next Friday, you can find us at Uncle Bub's until probably about an hour before
what is that?
Game
is that
time.
Route 6?
Whatever that main drag is going through Westmont there. They got some great barbecue. Be sure to hit that up next Friday. All right, 4th down and a couple. That's the best thing about going to Westmont, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. It's wonderful.
All right, 4th and a couple. Let's see what the Cats do here. Pitch back to Weaver, trying to get the corner, and he will, and he'll get the first down. Picks up close to 5 on that run, and that's going to do it. Wilmington's going to seal the deal right there because Manteno doesn't have enough timeouts to even stop the clock entirely. I mean, they have 2 left, but at this point,
it doesn't make any difference.
It won't matter anyway because in the third one, you just run clock anyway.
Let it run. So they're not going to bother to call them timeout.
So clock runs. Wilmington has to snap the ball one more time, and they're going to do that right here as the Cats into victory formation. They're going to win this thing tonight, 28-12 over Manteno. So Wilmington wins it 28-12. The Cats move to 2-0 on the year. Manteno will drop to 1-1 as the Cats will head to Westmont next week here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll come back with your postgame show. Postgame brought to you by Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair, over there in Braidwood, just across the street from McDonald's. So Warren's Collision Center bringing you the postgame show here tonight. Take a break, come back with your final totals and some scores, and also we'll talk with Coach Rinks as well. Back with more in a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com or call 815-521-0900. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com. Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
Heroin. I am Matt Baskerville. As a funeral director in Will County, I can tell you firsthand that I have seen results of heroin overdose.
Plainfield Shorewood, 4 dead. Lockport, 5 dead. I am Reagan Freitag. As Wilmington's local prosecutor and Will County board member, I can tell you I have seen the trouble and hardships of addictions.
Frankfort, Mokina, New Lenox, 6 dead. Bolingbrook, Romeoville, 6 dead. In Wilmington and Braidwood, heroin equals death or arrest.
Wilmington, Braidwood, 8 dead. Thanks to efforts of our local police departments, that number has dropped from 8 deaths in 2015 to 2 deaths so far in 2016.
If your family, your friend, or you are suffering from heroin addiction, there is help. Please call 815-476-1660 for more information.
Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with ONDCP and SAMHSA.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
28-12 is the final tonight as Wilmington gets a win on the road here at Manteno. The Cats will move to 2-0 on the year, headed up to Westmont next week to take on the Sentinels. 6:45 broadcast time here on the Christian Internet Sports Network as we'll make the road trip up there. And then this is one of those odd years where all the road trips are way down the road. And we only have 4 home games this year, so it kind of all stacks up after a while. But we'll be sure to be there for you every step of the way. By the way, 10-plus years of doing every single Wilmington Wildcat game, no matter what anyone else has been doing. So for the Interstate 8 rounds tonight, man, there's been a lot of stuff going on. Some surprising scores, actually. Coal City, a 13-8 lead over Lyle. That game going down the stretch. Reed Custer absolutely annihilating Clinton tonight. It's 49-7, the lead for the Comets in that
will
one.
really help them. That'll pick their outlook up a whole lot.
Herscher, a 22-6 lead on Clifton. Dwight bombing Hoopston. That's 50-7 over there. And Plano blowing out Harvard tonight. That's 35-0. Even Westmont's in another game. 22-14 is the lead for Lakeview over Westmont late. All right, here in this one, final scoring totals. First of all, rushing for Manteno. Gavin Zimbelman, 4 rushes for 1 yard. Brandon Steele, 2 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. Travell Calvin had 1 carry for 11 yards. Manteno, 7 rushes for 68 yards and a touchdown tonight. Through the air, Manteno was 14 of 30. That's on the arm of Gavin Zimbelman for 139 yards and a touchdown. Brandon Steele, 2 receptions for 12 yards. Travell Calvin, 4 receptions for 54 yards and a touchdown. Caleb Boudreau, 3 receptions for 36 yards. And Sean Schmidt, 5 catches for 37 yards. Also, Gavin Zimbelman threw 2 interceptions to go with that 1 touchdown. 207 yards of total offense tonight for Manteno. For Wilmington, rushing the football, Jeff Treadman. Actually, we won't even do passing stats. There's no point. There wasn't any. Wilmington was 0 for 1 in the night through the air from Jeff Treadman. Rushing the football, Treadman 5 rushes for -1 yard. Dustin Kelly, 16 carries for 67 yards and a touchdown. Nick Preto ran the ball 6 times for 20 yards. And Owen Weaver, another huge night, 26 rushing attempts, 205 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Owen Weaver tonight. 53 rushing attempts, 291 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Everything, literally every yard tonight on the ground.
Every one.
Not one through the air.
I thought for sure they were going to have to use more of the air, but they didn't need it. They stayed in the ground, grounded out. Coach will be very pleased.
So Wilmington outgains Manteno 291 yards to 207 yards here tonight. So again, some other scores from around the area. A final now. Morris defeated Washington 20-3. So the Redskins off to a pretty good start this year. They had a blowout win in week 1. They get a second win here in week 2 against Washington. So a good start for the Redskins. Coal City looking to go to 2-0 as well. They lead Lyle 13-8. Kind of a tough one up there for the Kohlers up at Benedictine University. Reed Custer, as we mentioned, 49-7 over Clinton. Herscher leads Clifton Central 22-6. Dwight 50-7 over Hoopston at the moment. Plano leads Harvard 35-0, and Lakeview up on Westmont 22-14. By the way, I think that Manuka score is Joliet Central because JCA is over here.
Yes, it is. That's true.
So 33-7, the final is Manuka get to win tonight. Providence either trailing or this is a final, 21-20 to Vianney out of Missouri.
That'd be their second loss in a row, wouldn't it? Didn't it was last week?
I'm not sure. That sounds about right anyway. And, of course, Kankakee, a 19-14 lead on Bradley Bourbonnais. Battle over there in Kankakee just down the road. By the way, the last time we heard, Bolingbrook and Bishop McNamara tied at 14.
Really?
So Bishop Mac giving the 8A school, the Bolingbrook Raiders, all that they can handle. Oswego East is destroying Romeoville tonight, 48-14. Plainfield East leads Plainfield Central 27-6. Wheaton North blowing out JCA 30-7. I don't know what's happened to Joliet Catholic the last few years, but they are not anywhere near the powerhouse that they have been in the past, and they're struggling at the beginning of this year. Now, granted, the level of competition that they're playing is not exactly,
Yeah, that's true.
They're not playing 1A schools in the middle of nowhere. I mean, they're playing some fairly decent competition, but even still, JCA has been very interesting here over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So we'll get Coach Raintz up here in just a moment. He's finishing up a couple of things down there on the field and doing a couple of paper interviews, and then he'll make the walk up here. We'll talk to him. Be sure to join us again next week. That weird, odd situation where every road game is an hour and a half away. That's what we got this year. On the road at Westmont next week. On the road to Lyle this year. I know there's a road trip up to Sandwich. Seems like all of those crazy hour and a half road trips is what's on the
Sandwich.
That's
a tough place,
year.
Sandwich over there.
The Sandwich one is weird anyway because the way that field is put together is.
A lot of times you get stuck in the
we will.
baseball press box.
We will again this time too. I'm certain. So, it is what it is. I'm fine doing that too, by the way, because that's out in the middle of nowhere and
nobody
you're
to bother you.
Yeah, you're doing your own thing. So that is not a huge deal to me because I'd like to do that. Westmont, boy, I hope it doesn't rain that week because there's nobody getting in that press box.
That's right. We usually sit on the top of the bleachers.
You can literally put like 4 people in there, and that's about it. So,
and that's a big old metal bleachers, and it sticks way, way up in the air. And oh my! But the nice thing about that is, if we're a little late getting there next week, this will go on without us. We're still eating.
We'll still be over at Uncle Bub's. We'll get there about halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
We'll get there eventually.
Coach Reed's going to come up here and talk to us in just a moment. Matter of fact, he's walking up the bleachers right now, so he'll be here in about 30 seconds or so, and we'll wrap this thing up. Big thank you to our sponsor tonight, Warren's Collision Center, here on the postgame show. Also, our pregame show tonight, Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. Ricetti's Cafe and Pizzeria sponsored our halftime show tonight. Big thank you to Pro Real Estate, too, for being a brand-new sponsor here within the last week, so a big thank you to Pro Real Estate. Joined now by Coach Reentz. You can have that.
No,
if you want. I'm not going to eat it at this point. Coach Reentz joined us here at the postgame show brought to you by Warren's Collision Center. Coach, this is one of those games we kind of knew was coming here a week out, in a pretty good slugfest and an impressive drive in the fourth quarter by our offense to eat that clock and kind of get the win there.
Well, we've seen it before with our good teams in the past. Certain people run certain offenses for a reason. For us is to keep the ball, and we had to keep the ball out of Zimmerman's hands. I mean, he saw what he can do. The Calvin kid at the receiver is a very good talent, and you got to keep him on the sideline. We can't have him on the field, and our kids did a nice job. I don't know how many yards Kelly had, but it probably wasn't huge, but I thought he ran the ball very well. And then, you give it to Owen. One thing about Owen tonight was I think some of the time they knew he was getting the ball, and he was still doing what he wanted to do at times. Now, at times, too, they got us. But big win for us. Like I said before the season, we're going to take a step back after the first 2 games as a staff, and
well, where are we exactly? And right now, I think we could say we're real happy, obviously, with being 2-0. On our heels, a little bit to begin the game, especially defensively. They got some big plays on us. My hat's off to Tyler Holcomb. Got burned early. Figured out how fast the Calvin kid was. And for him to come back and to do that was, something. Resiliency is something that he showed tonight. And new kid for us, moved in, and boy, I tell you what, I think everybody knows his name now.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that seemed like the second half especially was dialing up a lot of pressure to try to get to Zimmelman before you get the pass off, and that combined with, your corners doing a really nice job out there by themselves. That really good second half defensively.
Mendoza and Holcomb both hunkered down and did a nice job. Jeff Trebman, I thought, did well. But we did okay. And what I was real happy about was they were very coachable, because what was happening at the beginning of the game, we were showing our blitzes too early. Well, Zim's such a good quarterback, and he knows the offense so well, Zimmelman, that he'll check, and then he was getting us. So then, hey, you can't show it. You can't show it till later. Well, about the middle of the second quarter, we started figuring that out. We started getting the one series, I think we knocked down 2 of them, 2 passes right before the half. And then at halftime, hey, you can't show. Then the adversity with Josh being kicked out, which I disagree with. Was it a late hit? Yeah, but it was a bang-bang play for him. For him to be disqualified, I don't agree. But it is what it is. The referees made the call, and we go with that.
And the other thing, too, offensively, Barry seemed to every now and then dial up that little misdirection play coming back the opposite way with their wingbacks that had a couple of big results there down the stretch, and just enough tweak here and there to kind of catch them off guard.
You got that, and then you got the sweep going on. And, we're going to hit it up inside. We're going to hit it up inside. Now we're going to go wide on you. Oh, and now we're going to come back, And so it's just to mix up, and you're exactly right. We're just trying to we got to keep that backside of the defense home. They just can't sell out on Owen. So if they start doing that, then we got to have a play to come back. And, we'll look at our playbook a little bit now and see if we can expand it a little bit more going into the conference. But, the other thing, too, is we're 0-0 next week. Starting conference play.
Coach, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about this one, because this is what you had 4th at a yard with about, I think it was 16 seconds or so to go with the half and use a timeout, and we're sitting up there, what in the world is going on? And then all of a sudden, 40-yard touchdown. I said, you know what? Every time I question something, I'm just going to stop questioning.
Last time you questioned us, we kicked the field goal down.
I know. Hey, maybe I need to do it more often.
A lot more. That's all right.
You go to Westmont this week. That's always kind of an odd trip. The stadium's in a weird spot. Not a lot going on there pregame-wise. Getting the guy from these first 2 games to keep that kind of intensity going the next week, what has to happen?
Well, first off, it's our conference opener. We're going to be going without Josh Jones because he's going to have to sit, I think, next week. No, it's put this behind you. We're going to look at the film tomorrow morning. Labor Day's Monday, and so we'll have practice pretty good there, and then come back. But it's just, hey, you got to get back in our routine, make sure we do things. It's more take care of us, and if we got to execute, and we'll look at the film and make our adjustments. But the one thing with Westmont is you're exactly right. You can't fall for the atmosphere, and they can score in a hurry because of the pass. So hopefully we can shore up some things, have a good week of practice, and go from there.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. We'll see you next week up there at Westmont.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. Coach Jeff Freentz joining us here on the postgame show, brought to you by Warren's Collision Center, as the Cats get a 28-12 win over Manteno here tonight. Big thank you to all of our sponsors, including new sponsor Pro Real Estate. Big thank you to all of them tonight for stepping up and sponsoring us this year. We really appreciate you guys for listening with us here this year. See you next week up there at Westmont, 6:45 broadcast time. The Cats will take on the Sentinels. To wrap things up here tonight, Cats win at 28-12 over Manteno. You've been listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.